but Lashika, that's not anything. The fact that I have a problem with the argument being put up. Damion can't communicate with everybody. I don't think that is true. I think we are giving Damion too much credit.
No, Paul,
the other way around.
Paul, hold on, Paul. Just like Punkus, me sit in a circles with Damion Crawford. Yeah, Damion can sit down and have a conversation with the Queen of England and then go across the road and chat to the man at the party shop. Mark can only chat to the Queen of England. He can't talk to the party shop, somebody.
That is true.
And I think you guys are discrediting Damion.
Like a badness around the show.
Yeah?
But guys, when Portia was running for the party leadership, was she good at speech?
Unverified information based on what we get through.
Pata, you sound far from the mic. Pata, you sound far from the mic.
Yeah, you hear me, sir? Yeah, you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you, but you sound far.
Mute up so we can hear him better. Richard and
so everybody just silent and listen then and let me say what me I say and go. So me say me a pass on a little unverified information when we get from a source that I deem to be credible. Allegedly, Vaz was two secret meetings down in our constituency, riling up support for Damion Crawford, and a source leak to Mark Holden. Mark Holden summoned him to Hopeless Road, ask him to step down peacefully or he will be forcibly removed. Just a piece of information that we get from a source.
But that was my exact assessment of what happened. Pata, that's exactly what I say. I said it about 5 minutes ago. So I said them have a meeting. Somebody in the meeting leak it back to the party leader and the party leader take action. That's exactly my assessment of it. That was my exact assessment of it, man. I mean, something like that, man. Because guess what? Damion has been having meeting right across. As we tell you, it's a long time the team are building and just today. The team are built, but it was being done in secret. But the secret get out now. So the fight will become public.
Public knowledge now.
But guys, I do not want us to sit here and pretend say Damion Crawford is a hopeless case. No, don't do that. We are doing ourselves an injustice if we do that.
Okay, you know how we see this go, Chuck?
Chuck, hold on it. Chuck, we can tell you this categorically, Chuck, that Mark approached Damion man to man and asked him not to run, brother. You can tell you that. Yes, man, I'm Damion running me, man. I'm to run him, me not that boss say, yo, no, I'm running me from in front time. Can tell you that.
But
Chuck, you know
remember, sorry, Orisha, sorry. Go ahead.
Orisha, go ahead.
Hey, Lashika, you know how me see this how I see this runoff, Chuck? 6 months or 4 months before our election, just get some voters, register them and becomes member and pay a dues for them. And them automatically becomes a voter. So that's this particular. Just
but here is the problem, Horatio.
The money ready to register some people.
Yes, but here is the problem. How much do you need?
How much?
Yeah, how much do you
that
need?
Is a lot, Chuck.
Eh? Yeah. How much do you need? That's why I said there's not enough money to take that route.
How many voters? All right, watch out, Chuck. Look at it that way. How many voters? Vaz, how many people vote for Vaz in other ways?
Vaz get. Yeah, but remember. But here's the problem now. Vaz can't guarantee say all I'm voted them are gonna vote for Damion, you know.
Chuck. I know why. You know why me say you can guarantee that, Chuck. Remember, Damion automatically come from the west, you know, Chuck. So the whole of the west love Damion naturally, you know, Chuck.
All right, let me ask you this. You believe say every voter up on it God not gonna vote for Mark Holden?
Of course, Chuck. No doubt about that. No doubt about that, Chuck.
No
doubt about that. That's not
listen to me, sir. Let me tell you this. Hold on, let me tell you this, Horatio. Listen to me carefully. There are people up at Arnett Garden when no like Mark, a PMP they like.
Just a handful, Chuck.
No, not
No,
a
man,
handful.
no,
No,
I'm man.
not
What you talking about?
Reggie, listen to me now. I want you learn this, you know. When it was when it was supposed to be the runoff between Mark Golding and what traffic guru man name again?
Colin
Palwell.
Campbell.
No man, Colin Campbell.
Colin Campbell.
Colin Campbell did want the seat, you know. And Colin Campbell was ahead to win the seat, you know, if there was a runoff, you know. But it was a certain man in the area tell Colin say nobody come up there.
But Chuck, remember say when Mark Golding father did and mother did say him no want the people them in the area. A Colin Campbell did stood up for them. Remember the article Chuck said it.
Yes.
Remember, so Colin Campbell was always poised for that seat. Remember, you know? But I wanted to go back to something, Chuck, where Punko say. So yes, you remember the other day, Chuck, back then when we were saying that there is actually a leadership challenge pending, and the PNP did I say no go, and then they started to attack Damion, Chuck. It was actually true, but I guess they never wanted it to start immediately after the election. But now it is inevitable.
But I did, she can remember me tell them all the while, me say it's not if, you know, it's when. 'Cause I was sure it'll come, me know it'll come.
And there is something that you said earlier, but I don't know if you probably need to make it a little bit more clearer what the risers will be doing to Damion. If you listen to what Belly Agrong say about ISAT the other day, and she was actually set on ISAT by Nikisha based on her utterances, them Belly Agrong utterances them about ISAT, uno know what's to come, and a fear emo that. Chuck, she go up on YouTube and try to take down Dujan page, you know. Literally said that, you know, said Dujan made sexual content about her, you know, when the post had nothing, you know. and Facebook responded to Dujan and tell Dujan, say, hey, this person, Nikisha, when he dig down in it, him go down in it, Chuck, them tell him, I said, Nikisha said you make sexual content about her. Try if you take down Dujan's page. So it's going to get nasty. That girl is a nasty girl.
Yeah, man. Them are going to come out, man. Them are going to come for Damion and anybody will support him. So, as I say, guys.
God, they report me.
Yes.
The rest is on.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That just say something about what them not like. But that is, them are going to come for Damion bitterly, and them are going to come for anybody will support him bitterly. Right? So we know it will come. But as me say, me didn't know the challenge will come long time. It don't surprise me. Long time I know it will come.
After all of this challenge, after all of that challenge, I think it have a significant effect on the member of parliament them itself, whosoever win.
It depends on how big is the division where it casts.
It can, you know. It can.
All right. Let me put it this way to you. Mark Golding is a petty person. Very petty. Very petty.
That's
so
why
Mark
I'm
Golding not going to have up everybody will go against him.
That's why I'm asking a question, Chuck.
He might go have up everybody will go against him. Now, as for the level of Damion pettiness, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know how we might go take it. But me know Mark petty, and Mark will not forget any who go against him.
So Chuck, good afternoon. You know,
Blessed
I figure Dethrone Campbell will be joining. He will be joining Rasta.
Damion a risers, man. Damion a riser.
Dayton, but remember, say Dayton, they take away the permanent secretary, general secretary.
And that one get at Tennessee winner raise a good point.
They blame him because they blame Dayton Campbell for losing the general election. So this nonsense when they come with that about minority, he step aside to go focus on the constituency and bullshit. He was removed.
It doesn't matter, you know. Them, hey, they loyal to the money.
You realize that Dayton Campbell has been very quiet post general election. He has not been
Yes, yes. And I want to tell you, say, one of the things when you notice about him, he has been very cordial towards the opposition too. He not combative like one time.
Exactly.
Towards the government.
Towards the government, yeah, pass, right.
Very, very.
Yeah, man, he cordial towards the opposition. Yes.
Mark Golden can win anti-wellness. Peter Bunting is going to be too old to even be considered to be prime minister. This is the best time. This is the best time for Damion Crawford. This is the best and the only time for him as of now. And he must seize it. He has always been adamant, even in the lead up to the general election. He remind his constituents that, listen, my overall ambition is to become leader of the PNP and eventually prime minister. And the man doing calculation. And he realized that now is the best time because Mark Golden blood is already in the water.
And when
yes, he was referred to as a genset during the apology because the way they remove him is for say he's what then they put it. He's taking a break or something to focus on other things, and somebody will be acting in his position.
Acting, yeah.
So
big up, Chuck. Big up,
yourself.
Are we gonna see a black man and a white man time in the party?
so my understanding. Damion can come and tell me now. Listen, and now we are going to know if Mark a British citizen now, because other that are going to come out.
Chuck, Damion are going to say a Rastaman time.
Rastaman time, yes.
But listen, Damion, I think just to Dayton Campbell, I think him is officially still the GenSec, but them saying step back from the day-to-day running of the party.
He wasn't removed. He wasn't removed.
Apparently.
Yes,
but,
he was. Yeah, was just sidelined for a while, but he still take it personal.
Yeah,
but Damion is loyal to the money.
Yeah, but listen to this one now. So this is my assessment, right? Damion is still popular, but me not think him is as popular as before. You know what them say? Absence let the art grow asunder. You know what I'm saying there? Yeah. Damion reveal himself too much. He become common now. So people expect a certain Damion. Before, people never know him that come with. You know? But that said,
Skyfall, that assessment that you just make is relevant to the general election.
Yeah. That may get on to know.
But when it comes to the party election.
Chuck, look.
Yeah, but hold on 1 second. I'm done. May I jump down? So that said, it's the coming election. If it's a Andrew Holness versus Damion Crawford, I think it's gonna be a hot election, hotly contested election. It's gonna come down to the wire because he's still popular.
Make we not talk about that. Make we not talk about the general election. Make go focus on the party election, yeah. Right? Hold on the winner. Hold on the winner. Me go say something to you, right? Until you go up on the road with Damion, you have an eye opener. I can tell you that. You understand me? It is something I have on video. I just post it yet. It is an eye opener. Out of Eastern St. Thomas, when them have the mass meeting out there, when Damion walk in, and you can go Google something there, right? It was pandemonium. When Mark walk in, chirp. Southeast Central, Northeast Central, the same thing. Westmoreland, the same thing. I can tell you how popular Damion is in the PNP. We're not about nationally now, you know. You understand me? In the diaspora too. The Caribbean diaspora. I remember I said Damion teach a UE, you know. Damion have the UE crowd, you know, and the UTech crowd, you know. People, I think, not for we because we are labor, we might not like the gimmick and the fuck where Damion do. We now be honest and have a political conversation. Damion is hugely popular amongst the PNP, especially the young people them. Why you think he might go graduation and I speak on him something there? This young man is not stupid, you know. So come on, guys, we could have a real political conversation and not a political bias conversation.
That's where I was going. Mark Bowling and the PNP rise as they knew they knew about his popularity, right? And then try to damage him. So they send him out as the gimmicks man, the goat man, the man where chat beer foolishness and proven to be wrong. And I mean, I know if he wasn't realizing what the PNP was doing to him, was basically using him to try to win the election, but at the same time damaging oneself in terms of trying in popularity. Because he was popular, not some liberals like him, me didn't like him. Right? Because he was not a frank person. But it's a Damion Crawford there now, man.
We're not the PMP done that to all like young people. Push them out, use them and discard them. That are unique to them. Trust me.
I was about to say just like what they did to
Tamlin,
just like what they did
to
no man to eat most recently what his name Dayton, right?
No, not Dayton, Andre.
Yeah, but Dayton too. Look at Nikisha is walking in Dayton's footsteps.
Dayton no young.
Come on, Chuck. Dayton no old.
Yeah, Dayton about 40, man. That's all.
Dayton not so young though. 40?
But
if Dayton
here is Dayton Campbell's baggage.
If Dayton not 40, Dayton is an old 40.
Well, here is Dayton Campbell's baggage. You see, during the Bunting Phillips challenge, Dayton disrespect a whole heap of people. For them. Whole heap of people, Dayton diss them.
The election too.
Because them did show so them are going to win and them are going to control PMBs. A whole heap of people not like him. So he might go stick with risers for that because that's why I'm crew.
And no farmer rebranding. Chuck.
No
Can't bring back Dayton. None.
Can't bring him back.
The utterance.
Who did it back?
Mark. Dayton was carrying manager.
Yeah. The utterances. What Dayton make. Chuck. The utterances. I don't think when people look at that, no farmer rebranding.
No farmer dying the beer died there now making no accept to some of the people in the state.
And the fact that Bars got him to apologize publicly, people just know say he's a liar. You understand?
Him really damage himself.
Proven liar.
Let me say this and run. I personally believe Damion Crawford I go beat Mark. Me personally believe that. And because Punkus would have spoke about his appeal in popularity. But with that said, that is our wake-up call. We now have to wake up and carry on doing what we do. Make sure so we have our ducks in a row, because it will come down to the wire.
Looking forward to that fight.
No Skyfall. No, but he can't leap too far, a bit too far.
No,
delusional. No, Skyfall. No. We think we are jump too far.
Let's not jump ahead yet. Let's not jump ahead. Right, that's how we do. We're going to. We're not research yet, Skyfall.
No.
Yeah, we're not research yet. A PMP the fight in other fight that we are focused on.
And we get whole back content before.
Yes. Because as we said, them are going
Said Punkos, please.
So like I'm a road manager DP. I put a road manager fight party there.
It is going to be a bitter fight, and I want it to.
Morning, guys.
And
I
Michael,
come from a position, you see, I come from a position because I believe that pattern, Damion Crawford lost. He contested that seat. He had the entire PMP now backing him. The whole party was not able to. And remember, East Portland is PMP zone, strictly PMP zone. Yet he was not able, with all the popularity that he had, and with all the political capital and intellect that he had, he was still not able to take home that seat. Now I'm saying now, what it is that has dramatically shifted in his political character that would have attracted more people to him in terms of his appeal, and who is he speaking to? What demography is he speaking to? What are we talking about when we talk about who the persons that he's now becoming attracted to say to the point where he's now becoming a contender to Andrew Holness? My perspective that I don't think he's anywhere near. It's something that he could be prepared for.
We don't reach Andrew Holness yet.
Exactly, that's the point. That's the point I'm making. I don't think he's anywhere close. And because remember, one of the things you must bear in mind is that the approach that Damion took to, where was it? St. Andrew? Which constituency was that?
East Rural,
exactly. East Rural, St. Andrew. Now remember some of his approach that he took on the ground to the people there. I mean, these are what you call country people, right? These are persons who probably understand the detailing of politics of what you can do, etc., etc., etc. No, nothing big and sophisticated. Yet still, his communication skill did not translate into him holding on to that seat. So move it into a more area where you have people are more educated, more sophisticated, have more wealth and have more assets and have more options. I don't think him stand a significant chance there either. Because if he was not able to capitalize in an era where we should, and remember what led up to him having to leave that era, and some argument that he made, about the people and or him fool them up and all sorts. I think we must remember his issue. And I say, I watch pattern, because pattern is character. To me,
can I say one more thing?
I'm more intense. I mean, let me just land. But so in other words, if I was to make an assessment from a critical thinking perspective, I would say there could be potential, but who is going to revamp that? And remember, it is now going to become a harder task with the split in the PMP itself. It is even going to become even harder with the internal fighting. And I'm talking about the internal fighting from the delegates to who are one PMP to who are risers, because that has been something that has been a history in the PMP. So he have whole heap of war upon him, before he even start campaigning, So I'm happy to overcome them the war. Now tell me something. How do we expect him to battle all of that and then come battle Andrew successfully with all of the achievements?
Let us situation. Let us stay in the PNP.
Thank you.
Yeah, just stay in the PNP. Because what we have it's two different. It's apples and oranges. Because currently Mark Walling is damaged good, right? He's damaged. The PNP don't believe that Mark Walling can lead them to the victory that they desire, because they put everything out. They put money, they put propaganda, they put IC, and then still could not cross the floor. And therefore, Mark Walling is not seen as a leader who's going to bring the PNP to where they want it to go. The PNP is itself as a machinery is going to look for somebody else. Whether it be Damion, whether it be Julian Robinson, whether it be anybody else. Because I don't believe that Damion Crawford will be the only man.
We not interesting point there, winner. Interesting point there, winner. Will there be other person throwing them hat into this race when it happen?
Chuck, let me say this, please, because I have something other thing I want to listen. Hear me, I say. I don't want to try to discourage the Rasta to go up, because I want to F up them party, I want the bangarang in the brother. Cliff said next year, I want to start like no. I not next year too long. Yes, so no come and say nothing and discredit Damion. Yeah, but it's all like some people.
Public, the fight start now.
But member say Damion need run out with the whole a PAC or PAC with Bunting. Remember I made quit that?
Yes,
And then
name
try
him off.
cover it up
Then he
and
throw him
whatever.
off.
Right. And them try cover them him like pot and whatever. So me I say, me could talk to encourage them to mash up them party some more. Don't make it sound like we are discredit either of the two. Me want to see the fight.
I
That's
agree.
my
I
point.
don't think me not think we get to a discussion. Anytime them do them thing, then we can discuss him versus Andrew. But for now, we not reach this yet. We're far off of that challenge right now. Now the talk is what this fight will do to the PMP. Will there be other persons? I believe so you can have somebody like Julian Robinson. You can have Philip Palwell. Philip Palwell is damaged, but you don't believe that, So you can still throw him at in the race. So it can end up be a four-way battle.
Chuck,
What happens? Hold on, Paul.
All right. You know, me got appeal again, and it's not because me and Damion are brethren. Me got appeal again. We could have a balanced conversation. Michael, come up here, sir. I'm Michael a soldier out there on the battlefield. So I'm not come at Michael. Michael make a distinction of East Portland and East Rural St. Andrew. And Michael didn't mention Southeast St. Catherine or something like so. Right? Damion attitude in other election there, in other constituency was totally different, totally mature, totally prepared. Secondly, Damion has the highest votes for PMP in the history. In the history of PMP in East Portland. No other candidate from PMP side have gotten close to what Damion Crawford get in East Portland. Let us not forget that. So if you're going to talk, we could talk in a balanced way. Right? Again, let us leave Andrew Owens outside. We are talking about a God compared to one little ants. You understand me? We could not go there so with Andrew and Damion. I am saying, we could look on overall. We have seen, remember, the gimmick string upon the campaign stage. Have we seen Damion with any gimmick since that, since the campaign has ended? Tell me the truth, we have not. Damion assembled one raw team, people. I'm telling you that. And I've said this before the election. I've been saying this. So me I say, if you don't know, don't just make some wild pronouncement, people. You understand me? We have to take in consideration. Hold on, Paul. We have to take in consideration one thing. Mark was a dismal failure on the campaign trail. Mark sleep where? Mark no know what him there, him drunk, him piss up, and all them thing there. When you hear the utterances of ISAT, I'm talking about Nabi, him like beer and them thing there. Who you think him attack? And Mark him refer to? Him a throw shit on the whole Iraqi party. You understand me? Mark was a dismal failure in the PMP on the campaign. I just show them now fucking talk. Mark have money, yes, but money is not all. If it was money, right, Andrew wouldn't be prime minister. Even Andrew wouldn't be leader of the party if it was money. Because all the shady have throw around, hold it more money and hold it more weight. Maybe say vast them did back hardly, you know. So we can't just look at money alone. Come on, people.
Well, I suppose we might say Mark has a powerful team too. Anyway,
Listen, as I said, listen, guys, the thing is, as me said earlier, if Mark Golden, and remember me telling you this, say Mark Golden as PMP leader, so far the largest beating the PMP have gotten since 1980. Mark Golden lead the PMP, the largest beating they get. And yes, again, una go come and say no, but 2020 then get party. 2020 no count. We're not going to run in a one election like 2020 again. So 2020 no count. The largest time of all when the party them go to the poll equally, Mark Golden suffered the largest beating since 1980. So yes, Mark Golden as PMP leader damage. But Mark Golden should have done what every party leader done before him. And that is go to the delegates at the end, go to the party at the end, and offer his resignation and say, listen to me, I have failed. Me offer my resignation and the party will decide whether I accept it or not. Michael Manley did it and the party said, no, we not take a resignation, continue. But when he failed to do that, whole heap of people in the party look upon him and say, oh, so him better than the rest of it. So him is damaged. Whole heap of money people, whole heap of PMP money people, no like him. Uno think say the color him skin. Uno think I leave right I go beat him, but the color him skin, wait and hear what the PMP them do to him. You don't think Labour right beat him about the color and skin? You don't think Labour right beat him same no banya? Wait and hear what the PMP them do to him. And now you are going to hear my leader. You hear the song My Leader Banya? Them are going to start playing My Leader for Banya. Because them know same no banya. So I look forward to the battle. I look forward to it. Me want two more somebody show them at the end of the race, you know. And I want to rip the party 4 ways.
Chuck, when you look at East Portland, right? Damion wasn't well funded, you know. Damion, their NCB are away for 15 million. And the bank manager said to him, say, Vaz, I come pick up just get a request from Vaz, come pick up 200 million. And the bank manager, they like Damion, the loan officer, they like Damion one problem in the bank manager say, give me it. Because when Vaz come collect, I go wipe you out. You understand me? People are walk behind him. And I said, we see on live. Them no water. Simple thing as water. Peter Bunting up in a Shrewsbury and Millbank and Moortown have Peter Bunting shirt a campaign. He wasn't well funded in East Portland. He wasn't well funded.
Yeah, I know that. I was on the ground in East Portland, you know.
But members said, Chuck, when Michael had again this position a while ago, I'm asking, the whole PMP party was not there for Damion. There was an internal poll, them do an internal race, them do at the same time. Not for them, not for the leadership. Peter Bunting and Damion Crawford does not speak. They don't talk.
I want a couple more people to throw them hat in the race. That's my guess. That's what me want. Couple more people throw them hat in the race, and then we nice it up. Split the party 4 ways, and then give them a little time to try to take up the pieces. If there is anything left. If there is anything left. That's what me want. Me want them to fight. Me want them to me want them to wash them dirty laundry in the public. Me want them pay the bloggers them for rip. Hey, remember you know? Remember them love play bloggers with the people now. You see the belly a grown woman there?
The belly a grown. Jesus.
Yes, man.
Belly a grown.
Belly a grown and go make some money off of that one, yeah.
Oh God, man. Belly a grown, master. Belly a grown, no free.
No left out Mark with hungry killed Chuck.
Yeah, them a go wake him up. Yeah, them a go wake up back Mark. Them a go wake up back the fish team. The fish team a go come back strong. Caution a go change in car now, you know, cause yeah.
Why are you saying
they're going to make some money.
And you say them go with all of the sink them out at 89 will up road. And you say a wire going out the brother, pay sink and something and fling. Yes, brother. Yes, Papa. The war is done there, brother. They need them to try to get rid of the British guy, you know. Yes, brother. Yeah, man. They don't want the British guy anymore, Papa. They don't work out with the British guy anymore. They say enough is enough, you know. They say time run out for him.
Me want it to be an all-out brawl. Right?
Me want to be a 4-way no chop. And 5-way. When time is done, when time the race come to an end, nothing left over there.
Nothing left over there. Same so Nathaniel. Nothing left over there. Right? But at the end of it, guys,
coming back to the deputy party.
I cannot, and I join Punkus on this one. Me now go sit down and tell nobody say when it come to the party election, Damion no have a chance. Damion in the party election. Remember the people, me say this long time, you know. When Lisa went up against Mark, at the time, if Damion was brave enough, Damion could have licked the two of them out of the water, you know. If Damion was brave enough then, him could have licked the two of them out of the water. But then time them was a political coward and he never willing to go against them. So him sit down. He sit down and he allow them to run over him and him not ready yet. But remember, from them time the Damion did say Mark did only good for 2 years.
Yes, he mentioned that too. Only 2 years. 2 years up now. We have a responsibility.
When Mark did do, you know. Remember, Mark go in and change the rules. Damion did say you only good for 2 years and Mark change the rules.
Yeah. Mark show him who is boss.
Yes.
So what we need to do as labor rights is to fan the flames. Any which part you see want to go sparks, guys. Just go there with your look pan and you blow your blow is still turn now on big flames.
Well, thank you, same sir.
Yeah, that's the responsibility going forward now. Fan the flames.
So as it stands, Chuck, Mark Golding has taken away 2 constitutional rights from the delegates of the PNP and his supporters. The right to choose and the right to vote. Mark Golding has taken them away.
Put that in the mix. Chuck, may I ask you a question, Chuck, right? Lisa Anna had a strong presence in the PNP, right?
Yeah.
What kind of relationship you think Lisa Anna, bear in mind a lot of the things that was said about Lisa Anna on the political platform during the campaign in the presence of Damion. And remember, he had time to respond to a whole lot of other things that was really necessary. I'm here to hear if he came out in defense of Lisa. So tell me something. With that being part of his history, and like I say, I watch pattern. With that being part of his history, how much you think the Lisa Anna supporters is going to be in support of his candidacy? What percentage do you think is going to cost? Is going to just forget that part of the issue, forget what happened during the campaign, forget how them trample her, forget who come out and defend her, and just say, okay, away with all of that. And considering the history of the PNP, what do you think going to happen there?
The Lisa supporters will always believe that Mark and his friend them rob her.
Okay.
That's my assessment. Remember, me not over there, but this is my assessment. Them are going to believe that Mark and his friend them rob her, and this is going to be them chance to stab back Mark in the back. So Burger King money I go spend to get out Mark. So that's why I say there might be another candidate coming into this race. Don't write it off.
You're absolutely right, but that's why we even bring this up, because may I say, yes, somebody will get stabbed in the back, but who are going to benefit from the stab?
Who are going to benefit from it? That is it now.
But hold on, Michael. Question: is the Lisa Anna supporters from Southeast and are the Lisa Anna supporters from the People's National Party?
No. The People's National Party. No, I wouldn't say Southeast Center. No. I mean generally.
You have to the constituency itself.
Okay.
Right.
Well.
You can remember she has popularity. She has popularity as a political incentive.
They support Lisa Anna because he was a star supporter of Dr. Peter Phillips, along with Damion Crawford. So if them people still feel bitter, they believe that, hey, Lisa Anna would have given the best opportunity to run against Andrew Wallace and Mark Golding and Peter Bunting and the rest of them. Shoo her out, mash her up. It is for them time now to take revenge.
Well, yeah, that's good. I understand. Who them are going to use? Who them are going to crucify? Because somebody will get crucified and somebody will get saved. So the question is who? Because remember now, we're going to try and think and say, who is worthy? Who is worthy? Who is going to be the lamb that is worthy not to be slaughtered? Because they're not going to forget one thing in the politics, If I remember right, certain things people don't forget, Until them got them grave, they don't forget what you do them,
But here,
it's going to be an interesting time.
Where somebody just remind me, man. Those Mark them have the money if you put 2 dummy in the race, if you confuse the rest of us, if you confuse the Jackie them, Mark have the money if you put in. Alright, say Damion popular. Who in the party, Punkus? You can answer this question better. Who you think in the party where them and Damion probably share a similar, a similar personality or a similar level of popularity? Who you thinking that the party is that?
Popularity would that be ISAT.
All right.
Yeah, ISAT and Damion are bridging and thing. And them have serious problem with ISAT since even the election. Even a week after the election, they had a meeting with ISAT and ISAT run them too.
Right. Initial trick. The initial trick. Yes. No, but yes. Remember, there was a man in a Jamaican politics named Abotnat Gallimore. Everybody's supposed to know that name. They don't know about Nat Gallimore's high school. Abotnat Gallimore was running for office. And knew said the electorate couldn't read. So him change the spelling and name and add the second A to it. So him name would be at the top of the ballot. And him tell the people them say just vote for the first name on the list. I go be me. Yes. Change the spelling and name and add the second A. So him name right when you sit at the top of the ballot about Nat Gallimore. Right? So PMP know them dirty trick there. In a central Manchester. Remember them put the little madman for running at the election for confuse the people and kind of have the same initial.
Chong?
Yes.
Same name.
Ron Chong.
Eh? Ron Chong and Rhoda Crawford, same initials.
No, until now he mad.
Chuck, you know what? And him keep on I tap him on Facebook, you know, but me not pay no money, you know. You understand me? Look here, no.
New guest, you know, Angela.
Oh yeah, just give me 30 seconds, Lashika. I don't want to underestimate ISAT and his social media presence, you know. It is not a silly move, you know. You might have cussed him and say, boy, I'm fishing out tank and this and that. Remember saying, no, him a gone at the TikTok popularity there, you know.
You know something cuss you out for when? Oh, Ghost.
What happened?
Oh, you got on live the other day. I thought about say, you know, cuss out no PNP. Before you put out PG, oh, Ghost. You don't remember?
Lashika, that's not the conversation today, Lashika. You can call me. You can call me and cuss me. Call me and cuss me. Call me and cuss me.
Oh, cuss me, say me never agree so yet from me on TikTok.
Yeah, man, call me and cuss me. Call me and cuss me. Look, you know, but what may I say is that sometimes I think say we choke. Sometimes I think say we take our foot off of the price, or take our foot off of the gas, and we underestimate some little things and things are careless thing. Jamaica, careless country. I mean, I respect Jamaicans. We love the rare. You understand me?
That for a long time say PMP gravitate towards two things: money and fuckery.
Look on when Rosalie them go live. And look at when ISAT then go live. And look at the amount of people with them Ghana. Just look at Marvin. Any sensible people would have follow Marvin like a fire. But look at the following with him and the madman. What the next fish name? The next fish.
Stevens. Andrew.
Stevens. See, do not underestimate that people. You understand me? And listen, ISAT I go back there man, because they're my bridging. You understand? Because I said I have the same problem also with the same people with Damion I have. So your enemy and my enemy. Two be a friend. You understand me? I mean, so I said have all money, you know. I said have the artists and being popcorn, the money they be into, you know, and cartel the money, you know. Right? So I feel look pan. Remember saying you start here dub plate and anything, and when Damion start draft for the Rastaman song, the man and thing there, you know. I say, boy, people, we try man, we try the white man, and we try the college man and thing. We could try the Rasta man now. All of us have a Rasta in our family, you know. You understand me? So but again, you know, the PMP is it's a cult, it's a different culture. People want a winning horse. You understand me? And people are gonna look for the person who is more suitable, what them think can get Andrew a fight. That's what them thinking. The kind of is a mark lose. And as a Chuck say, the rare are gonna come out, the nastiness are gonna come out. Trust me.
But we have Marlene Williams.
I have Angela. Angela was here first, though.
Well, Marlene not answering, so Marlene probably up here by accident. Angela Rattray. Me know somebody with a name there, you know. Me know somebody with the name Angela Rattray, but Angela look like she's here by accident also. Yeah, but as I said, me agree with Punkus. I believe when in the runoff, it not gonna be a wipeout. If it was just the delegate-based system, Punkus, then me would have said Mark have the edge. If it was just a delegate, them I go vote, me would have give Mark the edge. But in the open vote, where registered members have vote, can't give him the edge. Can't give him the edge. Yes, them are go follow, them are go do the usual tricks, you know. As Michael said, no, it wasn't Michael who said it. Was yeah, them are go just register and hold it for people in some constituency. But how much do you need? You can't tell how much you need, you know. You can't say me short 1,000 votes or me short. Basically.
But Chuck, then I go do some polling. Them I do polling, you know. I know like saying I go do them. I go do polling.
You mean the what you call the PMP poll again? The
Canon this poll.
No man, no Canon this. It have a name for it, man. -3.
Oh, well. These somebody that error. Type 3 error poll.
Yeah, the error poll there what them normally do.
The type 3 error.
Thank you. The type 3 error poll. Yes, they about to do some type 3 error poll now. Right? Run up the book up yonder now. See all of the members them were up there. Make sure so them paid up. Because paid up are going to be important, you know. Because people are going to turn up an election there and here say you know pay no dues, you know, you can't vote. that are going to cause war at the national arena when that happen, you know. If I saw it do, them will probably do it constituency by constituency. Right? But man are going to turn up and here say you can't vote, you know, because you don't pay your dues. Secondly, who will administer the election? Would it be the EOJ or would it be a party system?
I think that's
EOJ, man.
EOJ.
Man. Because it's a national?
Well, that's true. They might have to make it run a EOJ. Right? But people are going to turn up at the day now. So, what you have to go do now, you have to go lay out the criteria what you're going to need for vote. You have to carry your ID.
But Chuck, it's the money thing that we are talking about, Chuck. Remember the mean, you know. You understand me? How much is he willing to spend?
Mark talk about money, Mark mean.
Mark me, how much are you willing to spend?
Mark mean.
You understand me? That's the thing. Remember say bunting, you know.
But guys,
well, no?
yourself, guys.
Are we expecting bunting?
Yes. What is bunting? All right, Mark. Remember, say initially, you know, it was supposed to be bunting, but he lost his seat. So all right, Mark. All right, time for you stand down. Me, the big man, now for take over. What if that happened?
But
how old is bunting? Him was 63.
Bunting not here.
Here about that.
What if we are looking at the puzzle wrong, guys?
True, but in a really matter, you know. Anyway, we look at it, well, we know it would be one of the two. The way that would be a problem now, you know, is if when Peter said, Mark said, no, I enjoy the power too much. You have to take me now let go this.
But that is what is brewing also. You remember what Danai daughter name? Danishka. You remember when Chronic Lord and the deputy state and they said, where was Peter? You realize
yes, and that was a little bit. That was a little bit after the issue with what they carry cartel them past stage, you know.
All right.
Bunting never like that.
All right. Bunting never like that. You understand me? So there have been three major occasions where Bunting was missing in action. He wasn't at the venue. You understand me? So there's a lot of internal things. Like Bunting threw him at another race. And Mark said, boy, a contest and democracy. Any you didn't talk about democracy, you know, it's a lie about it.
And justice
about democracy.
You know, said, may I tell you no, PJ, we can answer this more PJ. PJ now go back none of them. PJ as a smart politician will not back any of them. Any speech PJ go say at the end of it I will stand by the winner. PJ now go endorse none of them.
Publicly.
Yes.
But him about Damion.
Yes, he will advise. Yes, publicly.
Him about Damion. But Virgin,
I no
me
go
tell you
come
something.
here,
Want to be nasty, see?
I'm surprised if you see him
But
come
you
out.
know, is it possible for the winner, whoever the winner is, to unite the party?
Depends on how bitter it get. Depends on who win. All right.
If you have people,
Let me answer it this way, Punkos. If Damion win, I believe Damion will make an effort.
Before you answer, Chuck, Mama San, Mama San, right? All right, Belly Agro, Isaac, Marvin, Kashan. Just imagine the amount of nasty people in
it can be dirty.
But you understand it?
Nikisha them. Back wash for the nastiness.
Yeah.
That's gonna come.
Andre, yes, so, can't let them out.
Andre them. Yeah.
And them are gonna bring in back Marvin Lekufaya before the extradition request come.
Yeah. You know what is stupid, Chuck? Them have Marvin out there banter about say him want run for be prime minister. I mean, I say this is the worst thing any political party could associate with. This person out there, I run up and down say he want to be prime minister again, traction again audience. Him should be supporting one of the existing member or leadership of the party. Is it them have no political sense, you know?
PMP law and the popularity them.
I wonder if you go try it in the ring, Punkos. Marvin.
Well, actually, that's the need for though. We need to encourage him to throw him at the races.
No, but he said, I was listening, me passing live last night, and him said he has ambition. The next general election, him and his team, I don't know his team that they will be contesting the general election. And this is the man with him I guess up PNP, you know. This is the man over there, so the PNP I use to try to destabilize the country. That is going to be a thorn in your side.
Shane is not giving PMP ideas.
We must take into consideration something, you see, that there's going to be other resignation or persons leaving the party along with Mark for different reasons. Now, who are those persons? We could probably call him, but will we get it right? There's a surprising thing that happened in the election. There are certain persons that got elected, and I listened to the pundit, I listened to people like Orishang. You know, turned out that it was spot on. But there were persons, and I'm talking about the PMP. I seriously didn't expect Anne-Marie Vaz to lose her seat.
Nobody
certainly didn't expect. I certainly didn't expect Dayton Campbell, considering his history of failure, to be re-elected. I didn't expect Damion to be in. I didn't expect Peter Bunting to be there. No. Put that all together. What message is that sending? Because remember now, that happened against the background of a top performance with the Prime Minister, crime trending down and everything. That didn't inspire or motivate anything. So what do you think would have caused that even in spite of when good things was happening?
Let me give you political analysis of PMP mindset during the 2025 election. Dayton needed a seat. He have to be rewarded. He must Mark campaign manager, Mark can't leave him out in the cold. So then send him go Westmoreland. Safe seat. PMP didn't know them all get back that seat there. Safe seat. They send them go Westmoreland, the one them they want to get. Safe seat. ISAT was neither here nor there, so then sending go Portland. Go fight for Portland. If you get it here, if you don't get it, no. Peter Bunting was sent into that seat because guess what? Money. Peter Bunting have money, and money could manipulate that seat. So Peter Bunting have a chance. Okay? So we are going to send you this so you can use your money this so. And your money will get you over. Now, Dayton Campbell don't have the money where Peter have. So we are going to send him go on PMP seat. Where all that dog we win in a PMP colors down there so. Right? So them surprise you when it can't surprise you when Dayton Campbell win back in the bedrock of PMP parish. No, it ain't gonna happen. As me say, we win them seat there through COVID. That COVID give them seat there. We never no serious politician would have expect so we are going to retain them. With the hope we did, Not tell a lie. We were hoping we did. But openly we know. That is why the JLP party internal polling say 38 seats we are going.
Chuck, before that, I said it several times on this platform and over the years before a little bit. I said the right thing for Jamaica Labour Party to do is to defend 36. 36, I've said it over. Cross the line with 36 because the rest of them are PMP constituency them.
Exactly.
No, we can ball and weep and moan and we can cut ribbon till we weak. Those are those PMP.
Those are those PMP.
Man, focus on the 36. The general civic come out and say, hey, we focus on 38. We are almost close there. We got out of the 38. We got 35.
We got 30. Yes.
That's how we.
Right. So the party internal polling was spot on. We all know, as me say, serious, we know we couldn't win back then seat there. We were hoping we did, but we know we would not have. Right? So the placement of somebody like Dayton Campbell was, Dayton I forget a seat because Dayton defend me when the time come. So Mark will give him a seat. Peter could have used his money down at Manchester and Urquhart a little one there himself. With the other one though, most of them was just, if they win, they win. We don't really care about them. If they send them in, if they win, they win. Right? But one of the aspects I go come, what we have to go look at now, how we draw the map. The PMP constituencies that are the largest in numbers, that can bring out the larger number. Who those people back are going to be important. How many vote they can are going to be important. Right? That's why I say the fixing part of going home and registering new voters, to say get them in time, it's not feasible. It's not feasible.
Oh, Chuck, I think you can move on from the PNP now. There's something very substantial happening with the TCN where
yes. You mean don't have Caribbean Virgin down so?
No man, no, but they have no Lashika, they are sovereign country. They can stand up for themselves.
I think you need to play what what George said this morning too.
Yeah, they have the right.
Yes, guys. The United States of America has reduced the visa. My God, Jordan, find me again. Well, answer Jordan, yeah. The United States of America has reduced the visa, what you call it, the time from 10 years to 3 months.
Single entry.
3 months single entry.
Plus they have to pay a
3 months single entry. Gladstone Brown, the Prime Minister, is saying this is affecting our economy.
Yes. But Chuck, so not only the fact that they was reduced, they have to pay a bond between $5,000 to $15,000 US.
Yes, and I think
depending on the visa type.
You need to play what George said this morning.
Oh yes. I had George queue up to play this morning,
Jordan didn't sleep. Jordan not eat no Sunday dinner yesterday and him not sleep last night. Back at it again.
Good day to your panel, Chuck. This had nothing to do with the TCN. And that is, I will say, without any fear, that it's
not true. That
it's
is not
misinformation. It has to do with citizenship by investment program.
That is not true, sir.
I am telling you.
True.
Do you live in that country?
Yes, me live
We're not
I am there right now.
I am saying to you, Mr. Chuck, it has nothing to do with the TCN issue. They were
a lot to do with the TCN issue.
Dominica and Antigua were issued a warning, and I can ask you to go and look at the release from them up to last year.
Anyway, guys, listen, hold on. Pause. Let me play George Davis this morning, please.
No, I'm not listening to George Davis because George Davis does not understand the issues in Antigua.
No, but you can't come and talk on behalf of him.
I will put it this straight to you, sir. If I have a chance between you and George Davis, I choose George Davis.
Yes.
I don't know who you represent.
We understood based on our checks motivated the government to act. We reported that the negotiations had been open for several months and that there had been what the Americans, or I should say, or American partners, deemed to be foot dragging on the part of the Jamaican authorities, and that they were trying to hasten the steps of the Jamaican authorities to consummating the agreement. So we were told that this hastening of the steps was given impetus by a message from senior U.S. government officials that, look, we're going to start taking some visas. Not visas of government officials, which is usually the threat, but visas of ordinary Jamaicans. So that's what we reported, that's what we heard. Cue the pushback. Online, Jamaicans, some of who don't know how many eggs they have in the fridge, start telling us that what we reported is not so.
We did believe the judge.
We were making things up on behalf of the government. And of course, here's Nationwide again being government propagandists trying to explain away a situation where the government is out to invite criminals, rapists, murderers, the worst kind of pedophiles into the country. And we were here offering an excuse for this program. Well, those who were most venomous in their criticism of this story would have forgotten what happened in March this year, when Antigua and Barbuda, for whatever reason, they weren't told the reason why, or told the reason, had a significant visa adjustment issued upon their people by the United States. Now, where the US used to give visitors visas, and you'd get a 10-year pass, that 10-year pass was cut down to 3 months. So rather than 120 months of free access to the US, rather than 120 months, only had 3 months. And you only had a single entry. That happened in March this year. Why am I bringing it up now? And why am I drawing it as a parallel with what could have happened to us? Just last week, on the sidelines of the CARICOM Heads of Government meeting, the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Brown, bemoaned the visa situation facing Antiguans, saying that, look, man, this thing has had a massive impact on students, on people doing business, on people just wanting to go and visit family. It is having a devastating effect on my country, and
if you want to respond to George, you have to call Nationwide here.
The US lifts or reverses this imposition or removes this imposition, the better my people will be, and that he was prevailing on the US to make the change because it was hugely damaging. Now imagine for a moment that, like the keyboard warriors tell us should have been done, and those men and women wise in all things except the things that concern them directly, that in the face of that sword of Damocles hanging over the head of the Jamaican people, that Andrew Holness had done like so many have said, listen, we're a sovereign nation. And even though the TCN deal is not set to send criminals here, We don't want the arrangement. And because we're independent, we want to go our own way. Jamaica, as a sovereign state, says no, we're not going to sign this agreement at this time. And what happened to Antigua and Barbuda happened to Jamaica. So I'd be here talking to you this morning, lamenting how the travel arrangements that facilitate thousands of Jamaicans in their movement weekly, some of you who it is far out of your scope, see travel to the US as for leisure and for luxury. For most people who travel, it's not, it's business. Pick a manufacturing company in Jamaica at random and ask their leaders how often they have to travel to the United States or travel to somewhere with the US as a gateway. And you'd be surprised to know how many have to travel. Imagine if that was changed. You know what you would hear? If, as so many had said, Holness should have stood up to the United States, you would hear that Kamina Johnson-Smith is inexperienced in the ways of foreign affairs, that the Holness administration is clueless about how to navigate the waters of diplomacy. You would have heard that signing the arrangement and managing the details of the arrangement to ensure that no criminals came here, that ought to have been done. And that it is clear that there are idiots in place at Jamaica House and that we have to get rid of them. And I wonder if the foremost institutions in this country, in business and in the private sector, the PSOJ, the JCC, the JMEA, just to name those organizations, National Integrity Action, the people who we saw protesting in Crossroads recently, if they, subsequent upon Holness saying no to the US, if they would have staged protests supporting the administration and flipping the bird at Uncle Sam, and if those organizations that I mentioned would issue press releases praising the bravery of the government, standing up to the mighty United States, because we are a sovereign nation, we are independent, and our ancestors didn't fight to see us in 2026 kowtowing to a global superpower. Would that have happened? No. As I said, it would have been condemnation all around. And many of those who have been writing columns talking about standing up to the US and the visa issue should not put a crimp on our expression of sovereignty and independence. Many of them, after writing that article, went to the US for the weekend, visit with family, do a spot of shopping, and maybe from their hotel at Miami International Airport or somewhere in Kissimmee or in Jacksonville or in Pennsylvania or in Washington, D.C. or in the leafy suburbs of Baltimore or wherever else in the US would be tweeting as well. Sovereignty and independence comes first. We should have said no. The visa threat isn't real. It's a concoction. It's a contrivance. And we shouldn't allow that to cause us to accept this US imposition. Now, the broad point here is this. Governments in power have to see the bigger picture. And if you note very carefully the language of the parliamentary opposition on this issue, not one of them has said that it ought not to have been signed, the TCN deal. None. And even the opposition leader himself has said, well, if I were in office, the US government asked. I don't see how I would say no. Because these people are not stupid. They're not foolish. But why this huge constituency of people running with the narrative that we were in a position to say no? We were not in a position to say no. And many people, especially those who have lived useful lives, who, from a contribution factor, have exhausted their paraders, as we'll say in gambling, who have seen many better days and will see no more, who come and say, oh, we should stand up for this and stand up for that, and let's live off the land, let us be self-sufficient. Let us go back to the days of planting what we eat. We don't need anything from the United States. We don't need it. That are you. You don't need the United States anymore because you've milked all that you can get from the United States or any other overseas partner. So it suits you now, with the sun setting, for you to say these things, for you to lead street protests, for you to engage in the pantomime of outrage to make it seem as if you want what's best for the country. Any leadership in place in a country in this time, and Holness and his team happen to be the leaders, have to make a decision not based on any individual ideology. The bigger picture has to be looked at. If I move in this manner, how much will it damage my country? Is the question every prime minister has to ask, and by extension, that prime minister's cabinet. And I'm certain that that's a question Holness would have asked himself, and the cabinet would have asked as well. What is best for the country in this time? So rather than Gaston Brown alone bemoaning on the sidelines of CARICOM, how students, business people, and just regular Antiguans wanting to visit their relatives in the US no longer had that unrestricted privilege, within context, of course. Holness too would have been singing the lament. And if he had done that, you know what you'd have done? There'd be a camp on Hope Road. Daily protests. The government must go. Johnson Smith an idiot to foreign affairs. Because how could they do this thing in the face of the direct US threat? And that's why some people will never and do not exist in a position where they can exert authority over any national process, because they lack this.
The ability to think. So,
before you get started, you see, I want to tell the audience something about Jordan Crossskill. I remember engaging him, well, not necessarily directly, but I came across a message, I think it was on PBCJ. He was saying that the government of Jamaica is engaging in HT, human, I don't figure out the other part of it. And I said to him, I responded and I said, if possible, we said, don't listen to people like Jordan, because people like him may have citizenship outside of Jamaica. Last night, I heard Jordan confirming that Chuck, that he is a British national in Barna, England.
Just right, like Mark Chuck? Golding.
Just like Mark Golding. But I'm saying this to say, guys, most times when you hear people throwing
Lashika, in father to you know, Lashika, Jamaican and Lashika.
Gasoline, right? What's wrong? Throwing gasoline in the fire, and we and others are saying that don't listen to them because they have options. A lot of Jamaicans don't, right? These are the very same reason. Him can tell everybody say, oh, the government not to do this, the government not to do that, and whatever and whatever and whatever. But he has an option. There are many people in America, Chuck, where them not have no citizenship, them not even have a green card, but they're still able to feed their families, Chuck. What if the United States government send no remittance now go Jamaica? What will happen? I also, guys, I've heard him said in 1992. Most times when people ask him about the history of Jamaica's politics, he knows nothing about it. I was listening to him last night. HR me almost send you a DM if you come listen to Jordan. He is unable to give you any background on anything, right? So when what will happen? We will hear a lot of things from him because him is one of them probably who was brainwashed because him house full of comrades, right? So we will hear a lot of things, but there's nothing behind it. There is absolutely nothing. It's an eggshell, and I land there.
But Lashika, you don't have to you don't have to tell me now, because remember, I don't know if you were in.
Guru, can I respond to her first?
Wait, sir. You wait.
Yeah,
I was on
Jordan,
Car Live yesterday.
Jordan, you have to hold on a little bit. Yeah, go on, Guru.
I was on Carl Lewis live yesterday. I'm not sure if you were part of that live.
I was listening all day. All day I did listen.
And we got more than a earful. Vegas held out some hope for Jordan, but I don't hold any thought for Jordan because I know exactly what he is and who he is. Yeah, by his utterances, I don't have to know him personally, but based on the personality that we know on TikTok and the personality that we witnessed yesterday on not TikTok, sorry, Twitter. And what we saw yesterday, I don't hold any torch for Jordan because I know what he is and who he is. Yeah. So we got a earful yesterday. I know exactly who we're talking to, Lashik. You don't have to tell me. I know exactly who we're dealing with. So you don't have to tell me.
But let me ask Jordan a question before we begin. Based on what Jordan said. Jordan, are you willing to give up your British citizenship and choose Jamaica if it comes down to it?
No.
So that again?
No, not at all.
No. You will
no,
all right.
Not at all.
So
do you want to know why?
Let me answer this. If
no,
Donald Trump get up tomorrow morning and say every tourist heading to Jamaica from the United States, or if they are transiting through the United States, will have to pay a $5,000 fee. What effect do you think that will have on Jamaica?
If every tourist visiting will have to pay a $5,000 fee, no, it will affect immensely.
If him get up tomorrow morning and say anybody sending remittance to Jamaica must put 50% deposit on the amount of them.
I don't know if you're asking the questions because you believe that I think Andrew could do anything. No, I don't. So I don't want that to be misconstrued. I don't think Andrew. No, any leader.
This is my problem with Uno comrades. This is my problem with Uno comrades because hold on, man. Hold on,
no. I'm going to answer no. No. You spoke. I'm going to answer no.
No. This is my problem. Hold on, Chuck. This is my problem with the comrades, right? Sorry for muting, Jordan, but what you
no man, no sorry for muting, man. You make you listen, man.
And this is what we were happened with Guru and fourth term yesterday. They're saying the Jordan that we're seeing on TikTok is a total different Jordan than what we're seeing on Twitter and in the YouTube chat. Because now you're going to say that the government couldn't do anything about it, but you see one in the chat influence and egg on the people them and lead them down the wrong path. You understand what I'm saying? So you cannot come here now, Jordan, with a total U-turn and I say you don't think the government could have done anything better. Please allow me to finish, sir. Please allow me to finish, sir.
You interrupted me.
Jordan, when she's finished, you'll have a chance.
You cannot come now and say, oh, I don't think.
Oh, I was interrupted to begin with when I was answering.
Just allow her, because this is important. Jordan, this is very important, and I'm going to make you finish. Because it's a practice that you guys have, and I'm going to allow her to finish. Jordan,
very simple.
Allow her to finish, and then we'll come to you.
Then do not interrupt me when I am answering
Jordan, allow her to finish, and we will come to you next. Jordan, allow her to finish, please.
All right.
Thank you. She can finish.
Right, Chuck. To where Oima Guan and Chuck to say that, yes, he's going to be biased to me. And to say that, Chuck, no, you don't think that the government could have done any better. You shouldn't have been making those utterances in the comments, Chuck. You understand what I'm saying? Because you know said the government can do no better. So how is it now you go upon the something I tell the people them say, oh, the government are participating in a HT and all kind of nasty arguments and I egg on the rest of comrades them. Yes, the government you cannot be doing that. You cannot say one thing over this and when you come over here so now and we are holding you accountable, you're going to say I don't think the government can be could have done any better. It is not fair. And this is the problem with you, comrades. Uno mouth, uno misspoke, uno no know, uno never know. Come on, man.
You will not. The problem is, Jordan. Here's how we interrupt people here. Once we hear you tell a lie, you're going to be interrupted. So you may no response. Once we hear you tell a lie, you're going to be interrupted if you lie. So your time.
All right. And Chuck, let me make it clear to you. You are going to call any word that I say a lie. You best prove that.
No, that's what me words are. That's it.
You best prove it. Or you don't
we discuss facts, not opinion.
As that. I don't business what you discuss. You take my answer and you can call it whatever you want. You can call it a lie. But you allow my answer to be shared first. And then you do whatever you want to do.
Then you can't call it a lie unless you share it.
All right. You heard what I said. You need to understand something. You don't own nobody. You don't own nobody.
If you go argue with
I will. Hello. I will be absolutely reasonable with you. But you do not have any right to disrespect me. Then kick me out.
Disrespect me.
You're not going to disrespect me.
Who are disrespect you?
You asked me a question and I was answering before, and then I was interrupted, and then when I tried to speak again, you tell me I mustn't interrupt. I just don't like that type of behavior, guys.
But may I give you a chance now and I know you don't start your response yet.
No, but if I'm answering you, that's why I said to you, you allow me to answer you, whatever answer I give. If you don't like the answer, if you think it's a lie, that is fine. But allow me to share my point.
So no, Jordan, listen to me now. Me believe, so once the horse go through the gate, sometimes you can't catch him back. So the moment me hear you lie,
I'm not your horse. I'm not your horse. I'm not your child. Do not ramp with me.
You can tell Dr. Chang to go suck his mother door, and it's okay with you.
Is Dr. Chang your father? Is Dr. Chang your brother? There you go.
Moving on, labor rights.
So in the same way, Jordan look the security minister. No, Dr. Chang is not our father. But in the same way, you can look upon the Minister of National Security and tell him about his mother. We can tell Simon Cross is going to suck out his mama too.
You see, the problem with Jordan is this. You will sit here and you know personally, you know that the government can't do nothing about the situation. But you're right. But you're here, you're on social media, and you have the little bit of information, you know. You have a little bit of information, but you egging on the duns them. You are fire up the duns them. If you run out, go argue about something that here, you know, oh, you don't hold the government because you know they can't do nothing. But that wasn't your stand when you're in the crowd. When them are line up the pitch torch and they fought them, figure sacrifice the government. When you, Jordan, because you did their crossroad right there, I demonstrate about TCN. But now you know the government can't do nothing. So why were you demonstrating?
It's one of them also, Chuck. We're demonized Mrs. Wholeness. Guys, when you look in the YouTube chat, guys, and PBC over PBCJ and I hear somebody say nationwide as well. Him not said, me surprised to see him depend something yesterday. Me surprised. Him utterances them is nasty and over X as well. Him not said nothing good about Mrs. Holness. Him come at demand respect now and yet him a tell the minister say go suck out him mother. Man, goodbye.
Listen, man, Lashika, I'm on Twitter. I saw his comments on Twitter. It's fire and brimstone when minister figure do it themselves. And that is why I don't hold in touch with Jordan. Jordan figure suck Simon Cross kill.
Me tell him last night, Madam Speaker, me tell him say, and he get offended. When me tell him say he's taking a bit too close after him uncle, he was very offended by that statement. And I don't think a lot of people understand what that statement they mean, and I won't explain. But Jordan is following very closely in his uncle's footsteps.
Him uncle was a substance abuser. Okay, you can call him uncle was a substance abuser, a security guard at the hospital in a half a tree there, so unalive his uncle. And he should have done that a long time too. Secondly, him father no born either, you know. So him no born, him father no born. But yes, still them have issues with the government of Jamaica. Why them don't talk about the issues that happen in England? No people don't know that Simon don't born in Jamaica either.
When I spoke about his citizenship, guys, clueless. Not even did I think about him father and him, nothing. Me say it. You know what he responded to me? I said, me not to worry about his citizenship or where him have citizenship, right? But yet, him there with him British self. I tell the people them say them for go burn down Jamaica and them for go this and them for go that. That's why you have to be careful who you take cues from. You don't have to be careful because a flight a morning him out of here. I think Munchie asked him last night, say, have you ever interacted with any of our hospitals? Him say, oh, Yui. So him no know when none of we else I got through. Him no know. Him said to Chuck last night, say, oh, uptown school get more money than downtown school. And he was able to substantiate that argument. Him no know, him no understand nothing what go on. Him is just a regular, oh, me hear something from over there, so, and I eat that. That's just it. It's nothing, there's no substance. The next man will come up here a while ago, head boy will say it has nothing to do with TC. And a year St. Lucia got through passport security problems, but they never chose at years ago to reduce the people them visa to 3 months. But because St. Lucia said, oh, we're gonna table it in the parliament and give the US a hard time, the US just pick up something and say, all right, and this me I go use and slap, you know. And
Chica, I told the story several years ago about a gentleman that was working at the Knoxford court. They put a camera in the kitchen and them caught him stealing things out the fridge. And they wanted to fire him. But in order to fire him, they would have to present the evidence, and then people would always know that there's a camera in the fridge now, so you'll be careful. So you won't catch anybody else. So they waited around until they caught him smoking cigarette in a no smoking area. They fire him for that. Right? You are 100% correct. A long time. When head boy I can tell you about the selling visa thing, a long time that was an issue. Long time. And I just know, and just 1 year them find out. So you could buy a citizenship in Antigua and then they give you a US visa. A long time. But the problem is now, then get something where we have one little petty, we have a petty administration. Petty. When you forget nothing and every chance they get to punish you, them techie. Again, the question is asked, all of the comrade them who can afford little credit and buy some data and go up online, what will it cost them personally if the US say every single Jamaican visa move from 10 years to 3 months? If the US say I am imposing the $15,000 deposit if you want one visa, how will it affect them? How would that affect caution? Tell me how it affect caution. Not one single way. You have neither here nor there. But tell that to the businessman who need to go travel upon a weekend to go get him goods. Tell that to him. Tell that to the little woman them who want to go to the Cambio if you go send them money when the American government say we are going to charge 50% fee per anything you send to Jamaica. Whether we like it or not, the United States is in a position to hurt us. We lived through it before in the 70s when Michael Manley gave them the middle finger and we see the result of it. And now guess what can happen. We have seen it before.
What is not Chuck? You don't even know the percentage, amount of people will go to US on a weekend because of business. The amount when me know in my circle, Chuck, we travel to the US on a weekend for business is unbelievable. When I mean unbelievable, I mean a little bit. Thousands. Yeah, I say to yourself, no, but I feel like this I want joke business over text. Let me tell people and anybody who here, I stand with the USA and Jamaica. Half of my family
Madam
are
Speaker,
US and
he
half
did
are
a bad me
Jamaica.
up, so me not take bad up for him.
Go on.
Right.
Go on now.
Chuck.
Yes, guy, for
Chuck, you hear me? Big up again, everybody. Big up. You know, me that say, you have to tell this man, say, if that decision had nothing to do with the TCN program, what him need to learn is that by the stroke of one madman pen, that's the same fate Jamaica could suffer. And this is what people need to understand. And somebody like him, as well as Sheikah just touched on, you see, these people will have options to escape. This is why I don't support prime ministers and ministers having foreign national citizenship.
Yes, dual citizenship. Yes.
Exactly, because them can make any decision will affect people and then just fold up everything with them own and just put in them back pocket and gone left we night. Somebody like Mark Golding when I want nothing. At Jamaica, everything him own just step on a piece of paper. Him can just take him flight and gone. Big up yourself, Chuck.
All right. Madam Speaker, him did that try bad me up here. Right? In that try bad me up. But as I said, that is it. Most of these people who are arguing the point, do you think Belia Gong have no investment in the US? You think them business with nobody else at Jamaica? Guess what? Because she already up there. You think say Bala and all of them, Bala already they are foreign. They no business with nobody out there. They no business with the consequences of what they might defend. Let me ask you this. You hear Mark Golden say anything about it? You hear Dethrone Campbell, Peter Bunting say anything about it? Listen to who's silent on the matter. I know we know. Jordan, my God, I'm shocked. I don't expect that language from you, Jordan. Come on, man. I hope that means speak your mind. Listen, if you hear any of the high-ranking PMP them, you know, say, let me tell you this. Last year, when the 28 bank account was popular, I talked to a very, very influential PMP supporter who said, listen to me, man. No, you won't hear any high-ranking member of the PMP speak about 28 bank account. He said that after the Jing Bang then. That is where a high-ranking PMP supporter tell me. He said the 28 bank account issue for the Jing Bang then. And you're right, you never hear none of the high-ranking them say it. It is now the same thing with this issue. None of the people, the Peter Bunting and them people who value them visa will keep quiet. Because they know better. They know better, them are quiet. The Jing Bang them when they know much better, when they have no sense. At them, they left out of the chat off their mouth. Because guess what? Half of the time, they don't have what it takes to get a visa. Them don't know. Sorry, a Jing Bang you call them, man. Same so you call them.
Chuck, there is something else that is brewing, and I don't know if anybody is paying attention to it. I was saying it to my good friend the other day, right? Well, me never call you, Chuck, and say to you. Actually, you're on vacation still.
Yes.
But this whole thing where a lot of people cross the border, Chuck and thing, and I'm tying it back to the man that went to Eswatini, right? That they sent him there. Him say, "Any come back to Jamaica, what is going to happen to him?" A lot of people go there, go to America and say, "Oh, I am fleeing Jamaica because of the violent crimes that is there." If you notice, Chuck, the US has downgraded Jamaica to a level 2. That means Jamaica is in a better place. I remember, Chuck, take this out your note. I remember, Chuck, there was a man in Canada for, I think he did 40 plus years, Chuck, as a refugee, and he never got his green card. Him work, them renew him documents every time it expired, and when it was time for him to collect his pension, they never sent him any document that his stuff was renewed or anything like that. So he was there now and wait on the document. He got in the mail, Chuck, a letter that the threat that you initially mentioned and filed a refugee claim under is no longer in existence. So we're going to send you back home. Right? I am using this, Chuck, to say to those who have fled to the US, Lord Jesus Christ.
I know. Stay warm, Sheikah. Stay warm.
Who have fled to the US under that premise, Jesus Christ, under that premise, Chuck, that it's a possibility that those claims will be refused, Chuck. And if Chuck, they refuse to come to Jamaica, it is a possibility they may be sent to other places. Yes, it happened in Canada. I am pretty sure it was on the news. Yes, pretty sure.
You see, and here's the thing.
Nigeria. The man was from Nigeria in inspiration. He was from Nigeria. And
you see, here's the problem. Here's the problem. Come in by now. All of them go up there, go tell US and Canadian government say they are gay and they are being persecuted in Jamaica and they run because of all of that. So them one they know what said that.
Yes. Most recently, Chuck, there was inspiration may have seen this one where a political, Chuck, you probably see it to the political activist, the PNP man, say he fled Jamaica.
Yes, I remember him, yes.
Yes. And them said that no longer, that no exists no more. And one of the things that they probably looked at to approve his case was that his son was on the international athletics team or one of them. I don't remember which one. But I'm just saying this to say the US is revamping their policies, especially the refugees, part of it, or asylum, or whatever you want to call it. And a lot of people, especially those who sit on TikTok, who now pay attention, who think that, oh, I am okay and everything all right, you need to pay attention because the US is being very strategic.
If you guys will, yesterday I played what's her name interview, and when she had her post as ambassador, she told us yesterday, Audrey Marks, she said, I listened, I read the policy from the incoming administration, and she learned that there's gonna be a great change in their foreign policy which will equal to mass deportation. She learned that from 2024 during the campaign when she saw the policy paper of the incoming, well, the candidate at the time. Right? So she knew what was coming. Right? So most of these people, things change. The world is not the same. Andrew telling you what they say, we no longer have what we call bipolar superpower in the world. No, we have a whole heap of things where change. all we can do with this man is to see him off and hope when him go, we don't get somebody worse. Because if you don't believe say somebody worse we can get, we don't have another thing coming. If you don't believe that Trump is the worst it can get, there are other people worse than him lining up. And we have to hope say when him go, we don't get somebody worse. Right? So we have to see him off. And guys, I ask this question all the while. Do we believe say the Prime Minister himself won't take anybody come to Jamaica? You think say if Andrew, it was up to Andrew when it's alone and the government, we wouldn't say, we are doing that. We don't want nobody here, we are not Jamaican. No. Common sense tell us the government that works so hard to reduce crime in this country. I go sign up for bring criminals come here. Them something a common sense reasoning, but people like Jordan, as we say, who don't have a horse in the race, who don't care whether Jamaica float or sink because they have options. Him no need to be here. Well, there are people with no option. There are people that are no citizens nowhere else. Anywhere we go, we go visit, and we have to come back our yard. Anywhere we go visit, and we have to come back our yard. And like Jordan, me say it every day, you know. Mr. Mark Golden can walk at the airport, take a taxi at the airport one day with only visa in passport in a back pocket. Jump on a plane and we never hear from him again. Right? So if we keep listening to the people that have nothing to lose, and if we don't believe again, think back to the protests against Dennis Garden at the National Hero Circle and realize the kind of people that was out there protesting. Think of the protests were going where they are crossroad and realize the kind of person that was there protesting.
Chuck, somebody who is close, Chuck, to one of the Caribbean prime ministers told me, Chuck, that the prime minister was holding out and signing the TCN deal. And he said the government, the US government, dig up everybody background, Chuck. Them dig, just to find something, Chuck, for them to sign it. Just like
yeah, but remember, you know, as I said, Dennis Strong, sorry, did I say, why me always call Dennis Strong the wrong name? Guys, listen, this thing was leaked to the press in an effort to force the negotiations along. We in a June now, and from January gone, possibly before that, them approach the government with it. And they're just now a month it gone, but they believe the government was dragging its foot. How do we hasten them? We are going to leak it to the press. We are going to leak it to the press and force them hand. That means, you know, if the government refuse publicly and they start taking some visa, the people them know who to blame. As we say, it's not this time, and never the politician visa them they plan to go offer. And the politician visa are regular people, the business people, feed them one. That would have hurt more than any politician visa where you can't take away. Andrew Holness, the government had to measure that. I give this example. I had a barber, used to trim around a Fletcher's land. Good barber, never forget him, Runkus. And I remember one day I asked me, say, me used to trim uptown. Me have a couple people where me trim where they come from the fishing nation. He said them rate how me trim and they want to come ring so me can trim them. But, you know, through the area. And I always tell him this, me say, you as a businessman can't do what me do. Yeah? You as a businessman, we run a business can't do what me do. When then go down a Azan, no ask her who the money I come from, where I collect. In just serve goods and collect. That was what you tell him. As an, boom, I've got them pungus go along here, and say, you can say something. Madam Speaker, I say something, come in now, Mr. Your flash, but I not hear you.
What go on, Chuck?
Right, me there, man.
Yeah, the people's them, Mr. Chuck. You know, saying at the midnight cry last night. Me and Jordan, they pan Squitty Live. How was the night, me mean, you know?
Me jump asleep 2 times and wake up and soon still over there, yes.
Jesus, Miss Grace of Nazareth, look like say, when Simon sent Jordan up a camp and I just beer smoking up, they go do. What a boy done? Jesus Christ. Never tell you last time, say Jordan, me tell you the truth where God love. When me see you on Twitter, me I wonder, say, me think you did have a little more than you, but me realize, say, a chat GPT, you have a right to speech them for you. So it come off like you're bright.
Okay, me tell you, say, in the day, we were talking with Jordan. I asked Jordan for a policy that the similar administration put in that he like. Because I had to explain to Jordan the difference between policy and program. I never know. He never know the difference between a policy and a program. So I said the policy when like was the marijuana, the decriminalization. Yes. I asked him, I said, give me a program that they put in to drive that policy. And he couldn't name one.
Me say the boy don't, man. Don't. The boy is a disgrace, me not tell a lie. I mean,
so
when he tell him last night, say no Chuck.
Squitty last night, now we're telling about decriminalization and all of them something there. And the information that we give him.
Yes.
Come in at the day come with like a theme one.
But Chuck, with the TikTok here, we have battle with Ingram, with you, Richard, you, Blair, and the other Dunce Ball and the other one. But we have to talk the truth. Then the one they better than Jordan, you know.
By far.
Every single one of them better than Jordan because at least they lie now. They lie and they misrepresent the facts and they because to represent party. But they have an idea of where them are come about. They stick to their lie, but they have a... Me said, Jordan don't know nothing, no policy. You know, Jordan tell me, say, how Jordan mix up bill with procurement. And Jesus Christ, me say last night it was... Me cup full and run over upon him last night. I couldn't manage it. Me say, Jordan, me tell you the truth. From morning, me I try with you, but me cup full, you know. Me can't take it no more, man. That's what they done.
As I say, I just believe he was too close to his uncle.
Jesus Christ. Me shame, man. Me shame, Chuck, because me know saying got good school and me know they spend money on him. So, you don't know nothing, Chuck? Nothing?
You see, Madam Speaker, here's the problem. Here's the problem with them face. You see, the echo chamber, what they mean is a yes echo chamber. You see, as long as they say something was so negative, them are going to tell you, yes, that's true. So you go, yeah, man, that's true. Yeah, yes. So, therefore, them argument where them come up with, you know, get no challenge. So, them don't know, when they come in that area now where you ask for a little evidence.
Yes.
You see, like, if he dep on a PMP live and he say, boy, I mean, not like that policy there. Yes, that's true. But there's nobody over there who got challenge him argument. So, he believes now that he can come on a JLP platform and it's the same thing. That's why when we ask him follow-up question, he confused. Kind of used to it.
Me shame, Chuck. Jordan come say, when I policy not like with the government, and the Melissa policy, Melissa recovery. So I say, Jordan, how much money the government, based on the Auditor General report, how much money the government spend already? He don't have a clue. How much money they collect from the portal, he don't have a clue. Then me say, what you come about? Jesus, no, man. Just look like you know, sit down and hear Simon attack the foolishness and just run with it. You know, doing one research.
You see, the thing with them, and I said this last night, I remember Reedy. Remember when Reedy just come on social media? I remember I was on Reedy platform one time and Reedy asked me a question. I never forget the question when Reedy asked me it. And I saw because me know so there's a difference now between the person them. It's not the policy of the government they don't like or the party we're in power. Reedy asked me the question. He said, if Mark Golden come in and I continue everything where Andrew do, if you wouldn't support him. And I said, then why change to somebody if you continue the same thing? If you like with the person, why you just keep him? So that's when we realized now, say, I know it's not the policy they don't like.
Andrew,
At
they
the
not like.
party, they not like. They just
Yeah,
like
man, they don't want to live a party.
everything with the party, them good with it. They just don't want that party to have it.
Andrew, they not like. Then can
Andrew, they not
a man like you know the so you say Andrew and Darrell and Chang. Everybody depend on one name because he feel like saying beneath him. Cause Tree White and him born and grow in England and he live up at Jacksonville. He not no respect for nobody because Andrew no white. Andrew no come from a rich family and Andrew beneath him. That's how you do.
And he never go champion.
Andrew never got champion. Yes, so Andrew beneath him. That is why he not no respect. I see where Mark stay too. See where Mark Golden stay too. They not have no respect because they look down upon people and think people beneath them and then come and talk about, I'm privileged, you know, the color of my skin. Me say that nothing for do. When you come on this platform, nobody no care about your color of your skin. A politics will come with your policy.
Madam Speaker.
But all on the Olympic, you remember Chuck and fourth term, you remember when we had the call with the man from the IFC and the man say he just don't like Andrew because Andrew no come from where them come from. At one time the man say him not go to the school where we go. Who care about St. Andrew I? We talk about Georges and Campion and he went on. Literally the man said that. Literally.
And I'm telling you before the conversation I had with another PMP supporter who said somebody like Andrew if he come run the country and that they not like with him. So them say it out loud all the while.
Hell yes.
What the teacher one name O'Keefe. O'Keefe say Mark Golden fi have things because him white. Andrew no fi have nothing because him black. O'Keefe use those words.
Madam Speaker, you said something a while ago that me hope people are listening. Me hope him listen. That's why I asked him the question yesterday. You know, who you get these information from? In saying parents. Plus, I saw him father talk. And if you notice, him father is a spin doctor too.
Yeah, but remember, his father was the one who asked Andrew or asked how Andrew get things for him picnic, you know, you forget?
Okay. So what we want us to do sometime you see, all he was doing yesterday is an art where them have, you know.
Olympic, before you go there, so you hear what Chuck just say? Oh, Simon asked how Andrew get things to give him pitney. But Madam Speaker asked Jordan last night if his father or mother had properties and he said yes, or land. And she asked him, say, how he get it? He say, then work hard for them thing and buy their land. But it's impossible for Andrew work hard and Juliet work hard and buy land and pass it down to them picnic.
But me start on a journey, and Madam Speaker stopped me yesterday, right? Because look here now, when you're in an uptown circle, the problem we don't see, what go on uptown, you know, a lot of uptown people invest in RJR Gleaner Company Group. What is the value of their stocks? What is the value? And these people are going to come out. I know them alone, them at the beginning. You have them and you have the lady who can do the demonstration. They are losing and it is affecting them. And we have to understand that. Enough more than picnic. Because you see, when 4 term load up, they will become ordinary people and they don't like that. And we must always remember that, my people. Always remember that. Because the money is affected. I saw him father talk. I have sat in the studio.
Olympic, I remember Warmington said something one time, you know. Warmington said, if you want to know how the parents speak about you at home, look at how the kids respond to you.
Okay.
Yes. If the parents them cuss you every day at home, the people never gonna hate you. If they speak good things about you, people never gonna love you.
No, me chuck like here the man. Cause me know it's a dirty uptown talk, you know. Andrew, Chang, Mark, who you call again?
Everybody get called on one hand because I saw them refer to them in their house.
Look here, no man. I saw them talk to them in my life.
I saw them talk when I talk about the government. I saw them call every one of them. And you see what the problem with Jordan now, Olympic and Chuck? Jordan, as much as Simon arrogant and talk down to people, we cannot deny the fact that Simon is educated and he can actually hold on one program whether we watch it or not. But Jordan is a dunce. So Jordan in the position if you act like his father, even Uncle wanna say the substance abuse, me say was a brilliant man.
Yes.
Simon, I don't know where Simon this is when you can't even hold a proper conversation Olympic.
No, Madam Speaker, no, objective that. It's not his objective. It's not that he can't.
But it is embarrassing, Olympic. Because you know, normally you come from a bright family, Chuck. And your family, and when I pick in the family dance, it's not a good look. Olympic, you don't hear the boy dance.
Madam Speaker, because we are looking for, here the problem we are looking for. We are looking for him to be speaking a certain way. But when you corner thing there, what happened? Can you help me with that word there?
But Chuck,
and that's the problem.
I am not looking for him to speak a proper way. I am expecting Chuck. If you come to a debate Olympic and you bring the topic, remember say him bring the topic, me ask him specifically. Tell me 3 things that you don't like about this administration. Olympic, you're not going to choose 3 things where you can master. Tell me. When you up on an exam and they say, give list 3 things, Chuck. Now the 3 things you know on top of your head, you're going to write down on paper, you can run through and get full marks.
But Madam Speaker, and come say an idiot over here, because them here say labor right a dunce. Listen them thing there now. Every day they hear say labor right a common people and them are dunce. So when in come, that are not objective. I don't know if you know they listen say people in the background last night. You know did they listen that?
At one point, yeah.
Madam Speaker, you have some people, who they will read something and they can remember it, but them can't think. They can't comprehend. What happened? Jordan proved last night that him can't think on his feet. He come with a lot of things and he use logics and liquid. You remember when him come and talk about, say, boy, when you're talking about, say, procurement and there's certain things that, because I forgot you certain processes, the thing take long for you to, you forgot you, so him say, you remember him come now, boy, then Darrell Vaz run go push through, go ahead at the
and get the camera, the
Starlink thing there.
Yeah.
So Madam Speaker, him put him foot right to the trap where you want to catch him.
Yeah.
So Madam Speaker said, where you get that from? He said the thing there, Auditor General. Madam Speaker, what the Auditor General said about that? So Madam Speaker said, so what you want the minister to do now? Go and break the rules? In turn, fool enough.
And he couldn't even remember that at one point in time I talk about Nara. Me say, Jordan, Nara different from procurement. Find another example. I saw him spin and find that one. The boy don't man.
No, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker. It is an art. Stop to use the word dunce. Anytime you hold him in a trap, he move. He not do nothing different from what PNP do, And he's a socialist. He's a propagandist. So anytime you hold him in a spot, he changes the subject matter. Anytime you hold him, he changes subject matter.
It's Olympic. He's a socialist and he could not even explain socialist policy. That is why me now come out for saying dunce. Because he said he's a socialist, so when me ask him to explain socialist policy, the boy don't know nothing about socialism. So me can't. No, sir.
Hey, Chuck. The man says some things that make you pull your head out, your hair out your head. The man said,
objective. At that time, objective, The first straight way.
No, sir, I think genuinely that right. Because the boy don't.
Chuck, the man that talk about the 60s when we have the greatest growth period in our history and so on. So the 60s never do anything for the people and the 80s. It's the 70s. Chuck, the man, no, why?
I don't know. No man.
But in capture with audience yesterday, whole day with the panic.
No, we glad I shame in she and yes in capture with audience, but he brought a lot of PNP and the PNP then shame because even you Richard come up to try help him and you Richard couldn't manage take him. You Richard couldn't manage him neither. One time me ask him a question, either me or Travis ask him how much extrajudicial killing happened in the country between 2025 and 2026. The man said 300 and hard.
No, but I didn't thinking that, you know. Every police killing, I didn't thinking that, you know, Madam Speaker. That's their thinking. And him just come say it like, oh, the system tell him to say it.
Jesus. Lord God have gracious.
Quick question. We have talked about the remittance restriction a while ago.
Yeah, you're gone. You come back now?
Yeah. There is I know Florida recently put some restriction on people sending remittance. But I don't exactly remember what.
Increase. You have to pay more money. You have to pay more money.
You have to pay more money, and I think you have to present state ID.
Yes. Yes, you have to have a state ID.
Right. So, guys, remember, you know, when we say them have the ability to hurt us, then if they directly target us to hurt us, you know, just put some simple rules in place and it affects us greater than you can ever think.
Me no hear nobody talk about FATA. What? The financial something. What name again? We just get it in a January.
The FATA, then take we have the FATA list. Yes.
You see that the list?
Yes, we will remove off that list.
All right. Who know about it can explain to the. And then just have to carry back on it, you know. And increase the rating.
Thank you. Them look at something there.
They're not even to do that. They can go far and say, all right, 1,000% at anything leaving the US. Any goods. Any goods. So the seeds and all of that. Anything. And we done for. Simple as that.
I would think so people believe say they might forget up and say Jamaica. No.
Then they hear say Sal Fisher married Pad again, Chuck.
Yes. Then you hear say when you want cook rice and peas. When you want look rice and peas, you have to buy some pad and some orange carrot juice, forget it. Right? As I said, people, we live them situation before. And when we are telling you how US can hurt, you know, guess you know. I think so we know how US can hurt me because we've seen it done before. And what make it worse this time is that we have a madman with the power. We have a madman with the power, a man who don't care.
Excuse
a man who don't forget nothing.
Excuse me there, Chuck. Remember 2010, because we keep on a left for 2010, you know. Remember, say, at the first time in our history that we go so long without a US ambassador. I remember one man who wake up and we ain't change them on a visa. Darrell, whole heap of people on a visa. Nobody now remember that? Because we never signed the extradition treaty. People don't understand these things. So it's not. So the 70s alone wasn't a bad period. The 2010 when we the hold out for our own rights too. For our own rights.
Wow. And the same people on the tongue against Bruce.
No, I wanted a quick story, right? Quick thing. The visa thing will affect the artists. Them artists travel regular and give us a lot of money in our economy. A lot of businessman. We have a businessman friend. We have a furniture company where him buy him the textiles them in Florida, in Miami. You understand me? Him travel at least twice a month. Just imagine people like us and them where have the big factory, where them have the furniture factory, where them have to travel more frequently. People don't understand the implication of these things, brother. If we lose the visa privilege, they don't understand that. So a lot of people are about to overstand.
What most of them believe,
they don't understand.
Is that the politician visa them will take away, so them are right with it.
Jordan.
Sure. But you know, Chuck, you say me look on the 70s a bit different still, you know. But no, I said that played its part. But listen, the policies of Manley, that is what ruined Jamaica. If you run away,
but the policy of Manley, Mickey, was to stick the middle finger to the US.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, you know, Chuck, what mainly is happening, you know. Remember,
we weren't earning foreign exchange. The people with foreign exchange took their money and leave, and the people in the people, business people were creating jobs and so on. Investors leave. So even when them said it's the American, we didn't have money to buy. Remember, majority of the raw material and so on, we have to have foreign exchange to buy. We didn't have any foreign exchange in the country to purchase food or raw material. And that was one of the biggest problems. The policies. The America didn't have to do much. We didn't have any foreign exchange. Who was earning foreign exchange when we run all of those people? You know?
The major problem we face, and as I said, remember, Mickey. Yes, the problem with Jamaica today is still not earning as much foreign exchange as we need. We still have a trade deficit. We still have that, very large one too. So we not earn the foreign exchange or we should. But we're not sticking the middle finger to the United States. So we are not being placed under the pressure that we could have been under. We're not being placed under the pressure that we could have been under. Right? So we have a man now. We have a man now in the place, Mickey, where can simply get up tomorrow morning and say, all right, me say this every day. And those of you who follow American politics, we understand this. If tomorrow morning Fox News ever make the mistake and show the movie Pearl Harbor, we are going to be at war with China the next day. Yeah? If Fox News ever show the movie Pearl Harbor, we are going to be at war the next day. That is who we are dealing with. Right? So when all we have to do is see him off. 2 years left. We have to try ride the wave for the 2 years. We have to try appease the dragon for the 2 years. And pray and hope we don't get somebody worse.
Exactly. Send him pan in merry way peaceful.
Send him pan in merry way.
Yeah. So that the man is spiteful and go on. We can't play around.
Can't play around. No, and in November, now we have 2 years of him, November, listen to me, man. November go have a little effect, But
him not go up here. Him not go up the court. Him not go up the court, Chuck. Him not go, no matter whether if the Democrat win the house, all the thing the Democrat are going to do is slow him down. And then they're going to put in whole heap of executive order.
Yes.
And by the time they get to the court, in doing one, do already. You know, that's how operate. Democrat can't stop him. But the man they're going to do one, and they will carry him to the court, and they will store it down in the court system and get the job done. And by the time they get to the court, and look what they do with the tariff. Remember, say Supreme Court, the tariff illegal, it took Supreme Court over a year to tell you that. Why they collect millions from people with the tariff. We don't say man operate. We see him through, Chuck.
Look here, not
we see him through.
You see, I-4 and I-75, I'm talking every day. People are picked up there. You think a little, what is something name I pick up vehicle again? Wrecker. I pick up pretty van. I pick up work as I go to work a morning time. You think a little? Every morning, state trooper with the ice vehicle on the back, park up.
Well, on the Olympic. Patricia Hamilton said Congress have the power, the purse. 2 years ago, Patricia, Congress approved a couple of billions of dollars in aid for Ukraine. And now, them don't get it. I remember when they said Congress has the Trump, the rules don't mean nothing to Trump.
Exactly. I don't know what to them, Chuck.
Yeah. The rules don't mean nothing to him. And that's what people have to understand. See, normally there are certain what would I call conventions that people think are the norms. As they say in America, you complain, but you must pass the budget. You have certain things you must do. Those things, Trump telling us as long as you don't write down is not law. Everybody in American politics used to afraid of congressional subpoena. Congress is going to subpoena me and that's the worst thing in the world. Until Trump asks the question, then what happens if you don't follow it? And nowadays, people laugh after them sitting there because people realize they have no teeth. Trump telling people and say when they subpoena, just not going away.
Tell pure lies. People go and tell pure lies.
And tell pure lies, yes.
They don't even answer the question, then come prepared with, oh, you're part of this kind of scam. You're this, you're that. They don't care. They don't care.
These things mean nothing to this man. Democrat Congress will defund some things.
Chuck, he's doing a lot of things, Chuck, behind the scenes that people don't know nothing about. There's a lot of things happening, Chuck. There's a lot happening, and if the Democrats do get some power, November, we will see. And I don't think they'll be able to do much because there is a lot happening.
Right? Guys, we have to understand who we're dealing with. We're not dealing in normal times. We are dealing with unusual times. Somebody who is willing to test the waters to see what happens if I don't do this.
But Chuck, remember, Spain said, listen, you can't use our air base. The man said, listen, Spain can't say anything, but if he want to use it, we're going to stop him. So the man willing to go to war with an ally, you know.
And that is the man that get up at the G7 one day and say, I no longer want to. Soji, nobody no kick you out of the box. I must you jump out or something. Why would somebody kick you out of the box, Soji, man? Sure. Just say you jump out and add me back, no, man. You there, you have not said a word. Why would somebody kick you out? You jump out, just ask somebody to add you back.
You see, we have 20 bucks up here. What wrong with your Soji?
Just ask somebody to
add you back.
The
He that exalted himself shall be abased, you know. And he that humbled himself shall be exalted. You know, move
the
yourself
man said, at the G7 one day, said, I don't like to deal with Spain anymore. Let's not do any business with Spain anymore. Remember, you know, Spain is a partner. Spain is an ally. Spain is a member of NATO. The man Mr. don't care about rules and convention. Bless up yourself for a term.
I said, you're going to deal with me.
Nobody don't show you, man. Don't drop your job up.
So there is a buzz of people kicking out.
Go on.
Anyway, watch out.
Go on.
Watch out, my
Go on.
You see, Jordan is still a listen.
Him still there, man.
And look, try me a Munchie try with him, you know.
Him still have a question on the list that we in Vegas, if you want him.
We try, no. We try everything for the man integrate in the space. But it come like another that he wants to. Come like a man a behave too good yesterday and catch himself and say, oh, me a behave so decent. And just start lose it in a sense where he just want to be a tyrant or antagonist, brethren. I mean, I know how a youth or someone like him go to school, you know, subject himself to that type of behavior. I mean, and when I said earlier on, we know what the issue is when it comes down to how them see Andrew Holness. Them see Andrew Holness as the gardener. Them see Andrew Holness as the mechanic when they can go fix them car. Them see Andrew Holness as the plumber who come fix them pipe. That are the biggest issue we're going on in Jamaica. Mark Golding, when him said him and him tap on our friend to come run Jamaica, it wasn't just a statement to fly over. You see, or just a careless statement. It was a deliberate statement. It was a message to the elite class, to the Jordan's family, to the people who want to say invest in the institutions. It was a direct call to them. And now that they banked so much on winning the election and they lost the election, they realized that they have to do something else. So it's no coincidence that we think is the one in Kenya that start circle the space. We see people like somebody think with me.
Come right here, man. Go ahead.
We see people like Jordan and coming to the space now. We see the Duns vlogger them, the Duns PMP them will try to carry them the other day. Them missing in action or them totally shun them. them now get no attention again. Belly a ground them, no traction. Caution them, no traction. More time you say pass all caution like I'm alone over there. So it's a new breed of quote unquote, oh, them have look more sense or them can read and write or them have education. So them send them into the space to basically counter you guys. And that is what is happening. But the problem is them underestimate, say, uno so researched or so advanced in a political conversations or political knowledge, where them are come on and get a hard time, a hard pushback. And some of them conform or some of them integrate in the space and say, you know what, I can't do that something for the PMP, them, you know. Because they realize there's a hard task. There is nothing, it's not like them dons, you know. They might try MunchieB to make whatever them are do work. And not dons and dons. Then it's a difficult job Jordan them have. Jordan them, when you did over when named Paul sitting. We did over one platform the other day. One next one we name we sound like one snapper. One name must DC. I send them, brother. Send them.
Chris Paul and Chevelle, you're talking, sir. Chris Paul and Chevelle.
Yeah, them send them for coming out of space, for try counter. Yeah, because you know, say people will conform or people will adhere to whether me or the come and speak or speak like him have any form of sense. That's like if you talk to somebody who uneducated and you say, I'm a lawyer, you know. No matter, you know, them not go fact check nothing way I say, them not go look into nothing way I say. You just say I'm a lawyer or a doctor or whatever. And them go latch on to what I say. And that is what is happening in the space. So Jordan them and like them are try to be done so are like them uneducated. It's just the hand with them have. It's like the hand with it's like they are the poker table and you have a hand and you have bluff. That is what is happening with them, you know? Because Mark Golden now give them anything where them can come challenge the item. There is not, that's why them latch on every little thing where say happen. This is TCN and them all of them flood it, them gangbang it. You see what I say? You see Andrew Wellness, anything where Andrew Wellness come out, them gangbang it. You see weekly them gangbang it.
Because
so it's like you just throw it.
She's supposed to come to the manager now. No, not she still. HR supposed to win there to the manager say,
that person that caught them business.
Yeah, man, you just throw it fatter hands just get mad, brother. Or throw sugar hands get mad. At that time to them, brother. So me think Jordan, I don't think Jordan does. I think Jordan just play the hand we have. Him can't do no better. Him can't just come and just say, you know what?
And then it's a damn dunce bat fourth term.
He's not dunce, man.
I disagree with
Lashika, I was about to say Lashika. Yesterday, Vegas and I was at the Carl Lewis live. And when we were having a discussion with Jordan, Vegas said that Vegas held out a candle for Jordan, hoping that, you know, he would be better. Today we see the complete opposite. We have a tendency.
So HR, you think him done?
Not tonight, enough last night.
Wait, Mr. Vegas, we have a tendency of heaping accolades on people who don't deserve it. And that's what you did yesterday, Vegas, because I know who Jordan is. I know who he be. Yeah? And today now he's at the truck with the same rubbish.
I will more
Stop
say...
heaping accolades on people who don't deserve it. They are done.
Hold on. So you think, sir? You don't think he might play a fool for catch wise?
Maybe, you know. Maybe.
No. Let me tell you why. Jordan is unable to answer one single question.
Him no want answer Lashika.
No, listen now.
Lashika, him no want answer because he knows he make the government look good.
Listen to me, brother. Listen to me. You say if you play fool for catch wise, one time you must get up. Your little intelligence must come out at one time. At no point in time, me not hear a little ounce drop out. None. Sometimes me always hear all chuck to people say, you know you can do better than this. Even you yourself fourth term. Say hear what you say. Me not hear none of that from him. From yesterday to last night to today, when him come tell Chuck go suck your mother, I'll know.
Tell Chuck about his mother?
Yes.
Commented it.
Jesus.
Lashika, Guru, the problem with him is Guru, him can't think on his feet, all right? Maybe if him go sit down now and think over the thing and go through it and think and him can write a little article. But you see, when you have him now in a discussion, because Madam Speaker, have him a beat him, bloop, 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 can't think on him feet. Him can't think on him feet, Vegas. Yeah.
When you know say you have some people, right? When you know say you have some reject from certain families, right? When you know when you have some people and some family where the family and like them done, you know, smoke up a bag of weed and nobody got no class and them thing, then the family kind of have them as yo. Like your father look on them and say, your work list now, what's it? But you know, I come out of the family. Some of them people where say I run on the internet and I beat Andrew and so that them come from that family there, you know. Where them are rejecting them. I think so them are try to even impress even them family. Some of them are try, some of them are try
get back in.
Yeah, and some of them hate and Jonas because them are say, alright, the man said something yesterday, I'm fine telling the man say, wait, what he's doing when he tell all Chang about his mother and them something when he go so hard for Andrew. The man said them attention him want to get. That kind of something where.
Disability.
Me not go say that, you know. Me not say that.
I am telling you that. That is a mental disability.
Me not go say that.
Alright.
Because
the way, but no, me I worry because me I said the way he transformed from what he was yesterday to what he became last night. Cause me jump up live with MunchieB the man, you know. Cause he totally take a 360.
Mr. Vegas, it wasn't. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It wasn't a transformation. It was a facade. It wasn't a transformation.
Isn't that an oxymoron?
There was no change yesterday. The Jordan that you saw yesterday, there's no change. What you saw yesterday was a facade.
HR.
All right.
You think he's 100% like cognizant of all the things that we might do?
Of course.
Of mental disabilities, as I said it.
You think me not think somebody go from 0 to 100 so fast and you call that natural, brother. Me think say as me say brethren, you have some people and I grew up with somebody, you have a youth who play ball with them thing that the man bright out of this world. And the man go to college and start smoke weed, start university, start UA and start smoke weed and them thing there. The man come down to nothing. I walk, see the man I walk in a book. Every day the man have a book in my hand. And the man bright like a morning star, have a book, roll up a book, have in a back pocket. The man bright, the man bright out this world.
The weed, Vegas, make them become irrational. The weed
guys,
take away every reasoning ability.
Malvina says she came over. I think it's she came over here thinking it's a safe space and was attacked. Who attacked you, ma'am?
Hi Lashika, how are you?
Good day.
Hi Joshua. Hello, good afternoon.
Greetings, good afternoon.
When I came on over here for the first time, I was very naive to the happenings and I was attacked viciously and came to my senses rather quickly. Over here is not for the faint of heart. Especially if you weren't observing before. Why this man call me name? Yes.
I hope I didn't interrupt you.
No, but he could be high functioning autistic, you know. Anybody ever think about that?
No,
that's what it appeared to me.
But before you move from there, right. Miss Molly. Before you move from there. One moment, Guru. Before you move from there. You know, I don't know if I want to agree with you. Usually we're not too far apart in terms of our reasoning and our position, but I don't know if I want to agree with you. When you just came in the space.
After the fact, no, you probably never met me.
Hold on. I was always around. When you just came in the space, I'm talking the initial entrance into the space. Mm-hmm. We were accustomed to the name Miss Hopewell.
Yes.
There were neutral conversation, and whilst I will agree that based on some of the questions that you began to ask, persons began to react in a way that is not in keeping with how we tend to operate over on this side. And I deliberately use over on this side because the other side blame us for behaving that way when it's more prevalent over there, right? I do agree that there are persons, when you ask questions that they were not comfortable with, they responded in a way that we do not condone. The people in the box now do not condone it, right?
They know I ask certain questions, but I've always been a curious person by nature.
No, I'm not endorsing it. I'm just saying that was the response that you got. It was not normal for you to receive that, and since then, you and after that you vacated this side. You started listening to the other side a little more.
No, I listen to both sides every day.
I'm not. Notice I use the operative adjective more. I said you started listening to the other side a little more. You started listening to the other side a little more because for you,
moderator for live, Joshua. Our father would have beat her.
Well, it is her choice, really. But you started listening to.
No, but you know what, Joshua, can I interject? You know, to be fair, I've been over there when they have. I think one time I was talked to and somebody asked me about something about the Prime Minister, and I said I didn't know, and they said I was lying. Like, you want me to lie for yourself? I will never. No. So I can't please everybody. So I'm on one side, I object, I'm on the other side, I object, so me get beaten from both sides.
No, but I am giving credence to that. I'm saying that when you respond or ask questions that persons were not comfortable with, their response was not in keeping with what we promote. And I'm talking at least the persons in this box now. And a lot more of us than is given credit to. And you started visiting the other side a little more. And I can't blame you. Because if you feel more comfortable at a particular spot, then that's the place for you. Right? However, since then, that argument that you're now raising, I don't believe it to be true anymore for you because we have been facilitating you.
Oh, that's
you have
true.
Visited.
Yes. I'm going to get beaten about that too.
Right. And I think it would be highly unfair for the past to be used as the example.
No, what I was just trying to say is if you're not familiar with this space and you come over here being unfamiliar as I was, it can be very daunting. It can be a shock to your system because it's a very harsh space in terms of being able to think on your feet. The first time I opened my mic, I was very nervous to speak, very nervous, and I'm not usually a nervous person. I was very nervous to speak because it was so fast, furious, and vicious, right? And then even last week, somebody said to me, I was in a back and the person like, "Oh, I know what side you're leaning on." And it was a PNP person. And I'm like, I'm going to always be a curious person asking questions. Nobody can make me. Nobody can force me. I've always been this person. So I guess you have to, over time, as it's a gentleman, because I was listening today, you have to get used to it. You know, you go to college and then do the you call it something again.
All right. So Molly,
when you get
while you recalibrate what you're trying to put forward, let me just give you a little bit of information. Simon Croskill and Hugh Croskill are known PNP activists. They are not just media personalities.
Well, I didn't know.
And he's the son of one of them. I know that to be true.
Okay.
Right. So when they come here, and plus they were born in England, they were not born in Jamaica, and you can see the affiliation with a certain politician. And them. Plus they are from uptown. And it is known that some of them are elitists, not all. But some are elitists, and they have a problem with our current prime minister because he was born on the wrong side of town. And he went to the wrong school, according to them. And persons have actually said it publicly. One name was called earlier by Chuck. And it is true. One of the PNP activists on the side
are in this space. I'm not going to say that I know the background of some of these people. So that's why most times I listen. So I'm not like, oh yeah, I know that. It's the first I'm hearing that, right? So I would know that.
All right. So as I land, because I don't want to hog the space, there is
Me either.
one thing you
Them a
said.
beat me in a comment already, but me good with that.
There is one thing I want to say to you though, that I was wondering why you coined it that way as opposed to the other way. When you were speaking about the space, which you did a while ago, I noticed that you didn't use the term having come into the space. You used the term over here as opposed to within the space.
Media work is an abbreviated comment, so to speak. But
Okay.
it I just happened to stumble upon this space, and I don't know
Miss
thought it was
Oakwell,
what I.
one.
Hello, Madam Speaker. How are you? Good
You change your
afternoon.
name now to Molly.
Yes,
Malvin. Might as well rebrand because you itch up over PNP so much. Miss Opal never did that work.
For my
rebrand.
business. No, it's my business. It's for my business.
Your business? Oh, what is the business about?
I sell bracelets and accessories. You can go on my page. I'm building it out.
Oh, on TikTok?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. I forgot to stop go over PNP then call you liberate. And I go and support you, Miss Opal.
And PNP now buy nothing.
And pay, PNP not support because then I look at themselves.
You forget some independent thing.
Yeah, I forget some independent. Every time go over there because then I have it. Then I look at them right now from you. Then I buy for them. I say Miss Opal rich and she have money and she have big nurse and a foreign.
So Miss Opal, as a young business person, you're the perfect person for this now. A young business person that I am sure you have hopes of expanding your business internationally, not just sell to Jamaica.
Oh yes, me want to tell them want to be like Prime Minister, want to be a developer.
Yes. So imagine you as a young business person now. You US call you one day and say, remember the visa we did give you? We are going back 1 year out. We are going back 9 years out. There are 3 months we are give you now. And in order to continue it, they will give you 15,000 US to keep for you. How would something like that affect a small business like your one?
You know what as horrible as this sounds, and I've said it even to somebody that was close to me one time, there are times when I have to use this, but I'm going to use this phrase. I mean, I'm going to get beaten. Every man for themselves.
I said, you see what you said?
Self-preservation.
Here why me not go beat you? Here why me not go beat you for the phrase? Because me and you, we can say it. But the government of the day don't have the option where me and you have to look and say, every man for themselves.
No, in terms of you have to look at self-preservation. Like say somebody come to me, what if I'm living here and somebody wants me to continually send them money come down here. And then when we get old and say, what she wanna do with your money, right? Nobody's gonna remember I was a very benevolent person, giving. So me have to self-preserve. You sometimes have to mean and tight with your fist and preserve your own well-being for the long term.
So, Ms. Molly, I want to expand what I believe that Chuck is the question that he's trying to ask.
Very,
right? Oh, it seemed like you're not hearing me. Go ahead. I want to expand what the question that I think Chuck was trying to ask. You mentioned that every man for himself. But when you're the leader of a country, the decision that you make can't be centered around you. You have to look at the broader picture. You have to look at the broader picture. How will my stance on a particular thing? Yes, I can survive on my own. But how will my stance on a particular thing affect the nation at large? And at times, that is the compromise that you have to make. So this is my personal view on the thing. But the stance that I'm going to have to take now will have to be bigger than my personal view.
Okay, I'm going to say this. And this is in all frankness. When you are the leader of anything, CEO, president, prime minister of a country, sometimes the decisions that you have to make are not going to be decisions that people necessarily agree with. Why? Because they don't have the full truth of everything that has taken place. And so when you come to the fore with the decision, everyone won't be pleased, but because you have the background and the knowledge as to why the decision had to be made, as long as you're comfortable within yourself, knowing that you've made the best decision based on the options that you were presented, then that's all you can do, because we don't always know the backbone, the backdrop, and what options were laid on the table. And that's just the truth.
That is why people like you, who have the benefit of education, who are more reasoned than the average person, ought to bring clarity to
We have come
discussions.
back 7 o'clock and start beating nobody. So
Let me give you one such example and then the counter example to that. The other day, when you were in a particular box the other day and they were planning their demonstration to demonstrate against the government, right? I heard you objected to the position that they were taking that day. And I came over this side and I mentioned it. However, I've also heard you give credit to a person and say, boy, I love being over here because I learned so much. And I'm saying to myself, but this is one of the greatest distortionists on TikTok. So how can you learn anything from him? Huh?
Who did I say that about?
Baller, you said it to him that
No,
learn
I
from
know in
Baller?
terms of no, not him. The views, I do learn a lot, because when I came over here, and as I said before, for all those who didn't know, it was because my father had passed and I could not emotionally take myself to therapy, and my mom had said to me, the crying has to stop. So I used TikTok as this space as a distraction to get myself to a place where I was mentally able to now then go to therapy and articulate. Because after one day I said, oh, me stop crying, because I was crying for months on end, right? And I'm like, oh, I'm not crying no more. But then I came over here and then it was a whole different set of emotions that I was experiencing, right? But in terms of sometimes learning things, I do learn things. There are things I write down and I go and I research and I look into a whole heap of things when I know. And there are times when they ask me questions and they're like, why you don't know this? And I'm like, no, and they say me a liar.
I get it. I was wondering, Mali, what could you possibly learn? And it's a question to you. So right, what
I did not say it was from him. I was saying on the platform. So Joshua, please correct that statement.
Wait, no, ma'am. All right, I've got. What could you possibly learn from
TikTok in general are what?
Just there are things that people come and they speak that I am not fully aware of. So hold on. Let me speak, please. Please don't let me speak. So like me, for example, when I came over here, somebody said to me last week, I'm not fully aware of the issues. Okay, that's fine. So like if I'm coming over here and they're talking about the FID and all the happenings, I wasn't aware of some of these things because my head was buried in the sand. So then I'm going to research. I'm not going to come over here and tell you I know everything that is happening in space. I don't know. And so I sit there and I listen and I make my notes and I go and do my research. That is what I do. And that's just a fact.
All right. So I was about to put the question. What could you possibly learn from the from PNP bloggers? And I asked the question because you have to. I personally don't come on TikTok to learn or social media to learn, right? You have to have more than your 5 senses to take up your phone and come on social media to listen. A part of the job, which is your job, you have to have some sort of discernment to discern if the information that you get from whichever source on social media is correct.
Did you know what I said? I said I'll hear certain things and I go and research. That's what I said. I'm not taking what they say as gospel, and I've even articulated that nobody can lead me. I will go and do my research and draw my own conclusions. That's what I've done. I've said
I disagree though, Miss Oakwell, because Miss Oakwell didn't lead you astray and you turn PNP, so I don't know.
Nobody can lead me astray.
Let me see you over, so you have a straight PNP narrative and talking points, Miss I run with.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
You give me a
ask Zara in the comment section. Ask Zara in the comment section if you're not straight PNP.
You know
Zara did every day.
Last week, Kuta they beat me, so me no align and
let me add something
other people when I beat me. So me no know you say.
Hold on, let me add something to Mali. There's a story. I was listening to a story a couple days ago. Not a story, it was a joke.
Chuck.
And the guy said,
Chuck, now hear me.
Hold on, Shaker, just 1 second. A man said went to church one day. While he was in church, his phone rang. the pastor cussing about it, his wife cussing about it, all the members them cussing about it, and then warn him say next time you come church, no carry no phone with you. And him feel a way, can say it was us oversight, you know, I never mean it. Anyway, after church, he left and he got the bar. So at the bar have a drink. The bartender serve him a drink, the drink slip out of her hand. Glass mass wet up the bartender, wet up to other guests. And the bartender apologized to him, help him clean up the other guests. What he did is, no man, it's alright, man. Don't worry about it, man. I help him clean off himself and buy him a next drink. Which one of them places do you think the man will go back next week? Church or the bar?
The bar.
The bar, thank you. So,
Miss Hopewell, I have to ask this question because
go ahead.
You said.
So you say that to say what, Chuck? You say that to say what?
I am simply saying that
when she came here you say that to say what?
It was us. And
no,
we
it was not us. It was one little incident with another labor right where we never did on the platform or not. Why she a broad brush to wall away? I mean, try to smooth it over and me fix things and she still not put it down, which me understands because she a moan. So me to give her grace. But when me go over the platform and me see she a play a song and she bind to the Kool-Aid with the people there, me say no, so Miss Opal gone, we lost her.
The last time we played about World Cup, we talk about Brazil. That time we tell me play song, you know, kind of song.
No, man, a long time from last year, me I talk, early in the year, me I talk about.
Pull up.
But you can't go on with that now.
Let me say with him, please.
No, man, fourth term. Hold on a little bit. We need to ask her something before we forget.
Go ahead, Lashika.
So, Miss Hopewell, you say you do your research, right?
Yes, I do.
And when you come
I'm a trained journalist, you know, so it is only
yes,
that I do that.
me hear you. Yes, me know, and me don't disagree. So you might do your research, right? But I'm saying when you get the correct information, because 99.9% of the time is either the information is miss or this or exists none at all. When you get the correct information, do you come back and correct the narrative, Miss Opal? Because I am thinking if you attempted to correct it, you would have no space in a comrade
so let me
platform.
say this, Lashika. If you know my personality, I will do the research, and there are times when I hear the inaccurate information and I will comment, and there are times when I won't, because me not believe in confronting people and back and forth. The information is from me, so when I speak on a factual basis and not because I'm led by what somebody else said. And I said it. Like, nobody can leave me and say, oh, you support Marki G. Me don't know nothing about Marki G.
No, Miss Opal, we can't agree with you with that, because a person...
They are adults, though. These people are adults. None of them care.
Oh, yeah, but you have people like you, Miss Opal, who people will listen to.
I lie to tell, because they cuss me over.
Listen to me now. Let me say what I say. People will listen to you, Miss Opal, and believe it or not, so you have 2 followers there. People will follow you, Miss Hopewell, to wherever you are, right? When you're there on the platform the other day with, I remember who you did there with, you tell them, say, you have 2, I think over Dr. Sutherland you were, and you say, I have 2 degrees, I am a journalist, and I think you said you had a master's and stuff like that. People go out for accolades, right? And status. When especially Jamaicans, whether we like it or not, when people hear a person like you list out all of that and say, I have all of this, they will follow you. They will follow behind you. So you're a journalist. You know this. You have come on, right?
No.
So when people follow you, so hold on, Miss Open. Let me make my point. I don't want to forget. So when people follow you now and then go sit down over ball and the misinformation is there, I think it is your duty.
Joshua, have you seen me make any correction in any kind of behavior or narrative?
So here's what Chica
I'm not
is
going
trying
to
to say.
always be confrontational.
Hold on, Molly. You asked me a question, so I want to balance the scales.
Yes.
What Chica is saying. Right. Well, first of all, let me give you credit, because I've heard you, and even though last night I thought you could have done better on Teach Live, right? But I don't know if you had adequate information. I don't know if you had adequate information to correct the narrative that was being put forward last night. But you heard when I came and stopped. Teach was pushing a narrative, and he tried to
No, I wasn't
back
there.
me up.
I wasn't there last
No,
night.
man, it's you I saw why I came in the box initially.
Oh, it was the night before that.
All right, so
I don't think it was
whichever
last
night
night.
it was,
Yeah.
right? And I believe that you could have said to him, hey, based on my research, XYZ, right? Because he did ask you a question and you gave your opinion. And I did state that part, and remember it was a Samuda issue, what Samuda had said. And I don't know if you were there till the very end, and I said part of the reason I support the FID, part of the reason I support the FID being separate and apart is that if the IC claim that they have done their investigation, your job is not to say, this is what I found as the IC. Your job is to get a second pair of eyes and to say, hey, here's this document, take a look at it. And it should be independent without being influenced by the IC at all. And that is why you have the Privy Council and these places, because it's an appeals court that is going to look at the evidence before them in an objective manner without trying to say, hey, this is what you should be looking for. Their set of lawyers will look at it independently and do their own thing. So in my view, I thought that you could have, given a different response.
When I looked at the functions of both entities, they almost appear to have different functions. One primarily being law enforcement, dealing with financial crimes, and the other one with public officials. So then in comparing the two as they stand now, is it that they're going to go back to the parliament and readjust and make amendments to the functions of both before taking any further steps?
All right. So, well, the research that I did while you were on the live, I pulled up the documentation and it already states that the FID is an independent body. Now, Cheats tried
I'm not talking about the independence. I'm talking about their mission. The mission.
Well, that was the bane of the conversation at the time. He had an issue with it being independent. In fact, he was stating that because it falls under the Ministry of Finance, then it doesn't operate independently. So I asked him if the Minister of National Security advised the police force what to do. The Minister of National Security is responsible for policy, accommodation, training, development, supplies of equipment as they need it, and vehicles and these things. But they don't intervene in day-to-day police work. So likewise, even though the FID falls under the Ministry of Finance, the Minister of Finance don't dictate to them how they operate, right?
But the mission statement, if you go on there, says it's a law enforcement agency. So that is why when I'm a lame person looking at it, comparing apples to apples or apples to oranges, that is what I'm looking at. I wasn't having that part of the discussion.
So let us look at it a little bit. Even though it is supposed to be law enforcement, what does it investigate? Financial
crimes
matters, right? So it could. All right. So let us use your reasoning for a bit. If it had fallen under the Ministry of Finance, under the Ministry of National Security, I am sure that the distortionists that are out there would have found something wrong with that and tried to make a big deal out of it. I think what is important is that the entity gets the job done that it was created to do, irrespective of which ministry it falls under.
So
and
that you're saying that there's no re-examination of the mission and the policies that is needed based on how it's currently in its current form.
The question is to her, Joshua, is what is the current mission of the FID?
It is to investigate financial crimes, right?
Right.
So
and what is it? What on, Joshua? And what does the Integrity Commission investigate when it comes to our political directorate? What is it that they investigate?
In terms, their finances. It would investigate, the finances of public officials.
Exactly.
Not only MPs, but public officials.
Yes. So if that's the case, then Mali, based on the question that Chuck asked you and your own response, to remove it from the Ministry of Finance would be basically remiss. And I think...
All right, so I looked at it from a different perspective. Hear what I say.
I can borrow your box, please.
However, one moment,
this is my problem with it, because for a crime to be if you go to the police, and I ask this question, if
Yes,
you go to the
yes,
police,
you can.
right, for an individual to be charged for a crime, the crime has to already been committed. If the mission statement of the FID is a law enforcement agency, right? And law enforcement means enforcing the law where the law has been broken. My question is, in its current form, how does it help public officials or MPs? Because it is almost as if you're saying, hold on, if you're saying in an implicit way that a crime has been committed. If you look at the mission statement, because if I go to the police and say, I think this man will box me, the police can't arrest the person because I think the man will box me. The man have to box me first, and then me tell the police that the man box me.
Not quite true.
Right.
Not so.
No, it is so.
Threats are sometimes taken into consideration.
That's assault. Police can arrest him if you report. If you have a situation like that, you report it.
Well, in North America, let's say that.
All right. So Molly, here's what I'm trying to say to you.
Yes, go ahead.
Joshua, hold on. Let me make a correction. The Integrity Commission don't only investigate public officials here. They can investigate anybody in Jamaica. Secondly, Malik, one little question, Malik. Have you ever been to the FID before? The physical location?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, if you had, you don't know, say 90% of the staff run their police. 90%.
It says it's a law enforcement agency. I don't understand.
Exactly. So but what I'm saying to you, what them are again, you see, a lot of time I will comment on stuff that we have outside information and not inside information on. You understand me?
Oh, so the information I'm reading is outside.
Yes.
What? Yes. So you're
because, hold on. Do you know the Molly? Do you know the day-to-day operation of the FID? Hold on. Do you know the day-to-day operation of the FID? But you think so they're gonna put everything online, Molly? Come on now.
All right.
Come on.
So Molly, the term when Punkus used the term outside information, what he's speaking of is as a lay person commenting on a particular agency or on a matter. Well, all right. So if I comment on matters of health, then I'm speaking as an outsider. It doesn't matter how much research I've done.
1 second, Joshua, because someone may get lost and that's something here.
Right.
Let me get my contract, please. What is her gross?
Well, it wasn't her initially, but nonetheless, the gentleman had a complete live on the matter of Mr. Samuda's statement about the independence or lack of independence of the FID. And based on my understanding of what was said, and she can correct me, is that it really shouldn't be separate and apart. They should work in tandem with each other, right? And yes, they do work in tandem with each other. And that is where I think people sometimes muddy the water, because the gentleman was at pains to say that he doesn't support any side, but I've listened to him several times and I know exactly where he supports. In fact, when he attempted to ask me one question about 6 or 7 times and I maintained my ground, he lost his cool a little bit. He wasn't rude, but he lost his cool a bit. And I said to him, apparently you are not satisfied with the response. And I'm just paraphrasing. You're not satisfied with the response that I'm giving because it doesn't suit your narrative. Right? Because he kept asking the same question over and over, not even restating it either, because he wanted me to yield. Right? And the
question was about what?
Well, Molly, you can put forward the question. You probably remember it better than I.
But Joshua, you were looking at it from a different perspective that I was. My question was based on the current functions of both entities, right? And based on the statement and the FID based. So since I don't have the insider information.
Hold on. No, I'm just trying to get abreast of what's going on. So, and what is the issue?
So I was saying, my question was, is it that based on their current functions and missions, and based on what Mr. Samoda had put across, if it is that it has to be revisited in terms of what the functions are of both entities, and does it have to be brought back to the Parliament to be re-examined and adjusted based on what he's asking for? That is what my question was. But Joshua said there was another discussion that persisted after. I wasn't there for that.
Do we want to address our question, chat?
Let me add something real quick, for term. All right, so let me tell you what the discussion is on social media, on the wider media. The discussion is because of the proposal made by Matthew Samuda to move certain responsibilities. Hey, Ms. Walker. Yeah, because of the suggestion made by Matthew Samuda to move certain responsibilities away from the IC, because it's obvious that they're overburdened and according to them, in their own words, they're short staffed.
I think it was some conflict of carrying their mandate.
Yeah, man. They, according to the IC, them say they're underfunded, short-staffed, and everything under the.
But I don't think it was so much that he was talking about that. I think basically I said
yeah, man. No, I'm saying I'm just making reference to what the discussion is about, right? What the discussion is about across the internet, because it's something that I've seen on several different platforms, right? And I'm also in similar discussions with other people on other platforms because of the same suggestion made by Mr. Samuda. And what the PNP is proposing is pretty much that the IC takes control of FID instead of the responsibilities that the IC are.
No, that wasn't the suggestion.
Listen, Chuck.
They're saying what they're advocating.
What they're proposing. That is what they are proposing, because they are saying what the government is trying to do is to defang the IC and take away their power. So they want to push for the IC to have control of FID and not.
So once again, I'm the one. So Miss Mulvina, is that the right pronunciation? Is that is what you're advocating for, or do you believe that should happen?
No, that is not. No, my thing is I was starting at the based on the missions. When I looked at it, they have two different objectives. So since they have two different objectives, and he's suggesting that what the functions that the IC had, as it applies to the MPs, now goes over to the FID, or is there going to be some debate in the Parliament, and are the missions going to be adjusted to meet new requirements and stipulations to carry out the review of the statutory declarations? That is what my question is.
So Joshua Punkus or whoever. So basically, I think what you're asking is if them make no change, if they have to go back in the Parliament and maybe they have to go vote back on it and something. Am I right?
Because their functions are not same.
Well, if any such change were to happen, yes, Parliament will have to enact it.
Yes.
But
yes.
That was my question.
Yes.
All right. So
one second, people. So my thing said, I think that's what she was I've been asking though. I don't know. Did I get it wrong?
That is what I was saying. That has been my thing,
right.
and I have not gone further than that, because their missions are completely different.
So whilst that was your question, Miss Molly, that was not what I heard from the gentleman. So your question is different. The gentleman had an issue, right? Because what you need to understand is that there needs to be independence of investigation. There needs to be an independence of findings and opinion, right? They may come up with the same findings, but if what the PNP is suggesting that the FID should be subsumed by the IC, then there's no need for an FID. There would be no need for an FID because there would be no independence. It would be the IC that's directing the FID, but you need an independent body to say, okay, you having looked at this, these people are the experts in terms of whether or not a crime was actually committed, and we are going to look at it more closely. Whilst the IC's job is largely to look at the finances of the minister, well, not minister, public servants largely, right? And to look at how whether their wealth was gained properly or not. The IC is really focused, right? No, not to look at. No, they are not.
It just says in mission statements. It says it.
All right, but the FID is largely looking at specifically if there was a crime and if we should charge
proceeds
them.
of crime, financial crimes. Yes, proceeds.
Right.
Yeah, proceeds of crime act. And
right. So they have to, though they overlap, they have two different functions.
Exactly, and that's what my observation has shown.
And that is why the PNP's proposal is wrong. It is not even faulty. It is wrong.
No, but
I have not reached there.
They're just making up that because them know so the FID send a letter and cuss out the IC. So them just try to get rid of the FID. Right. Miss Malvina, if I may.
Yes.
Punkus did ask a question. Wait a second, Punkus. Punkus.
Yeah, I wonder why you keep on use the term MPs. It's troubling to me when you keep on referring to the IC as investigating MPs.
I did say public officials, but some would have said the MPs. He did not say all public officials. He said MPs.
All right, but Miss Hopewell, the IC does not only
investigate.
I know that.
Any
go listen to
Jamaican in a Jamaica. No, forget what Matthew said. Miss Marki, forget what Matthew said.
Punkus, hold on a second, please. Miss Hopewell, the IC has the capability to investigate any Jamaican or international body that does business with the government of Jamaica.
Yeah,
right. But Matthew did not say that. He said MPs. But alluded to MPs.
Yes, because what happened?
There is something key that needs to be said, right? Why Matthew said MPs is because it is MPs who sit on the oversight committee.
Right.
So the MPs are in fear of victimization if they sit on the committee that proposes reform or changes or amendment to the IC Act or law, right?
In other words, they free by the IC put out a report to them on the investigation.
Right. So he is saying, have the members of parliament who sit on the board, who sit on the committee, or the entire 63, have those people statutory declaration reviewed and certified by the FID so that they don't get caught up in this victimization thing. That's what Matthew is proposing.
And Lashika, it's important to add. It's important that you say that. And I hear labor rights, and I hear the comrades especially running around with this contrived argument that the government has proposed to shift, to take away IC's power to investigate politicians. What Matthew Samuda said in Parliament, it wasn't a definitive statement to say, yes, let's take this route. He was saying it's a weird makeup for him when the IC, the commission that is charged with investigating politicians, are reporting to politicians. He said that. It's a weird makeup to him. So he floated the idea or the prospect that maybe Jamaica can look at other jurisdictions to see what happened, and perhaps we can look at if politicians' statutory declarations can be investigated by the FID. It wasn't a definitive position to say the government that's a route the government will take. But if you listen to the argument of comrades, they're saying yes, it's a definitive position that was taken by the government. And that's not true. So we have to be precise in our language, please.
It was at the committee, the oversight committee that he made the statement,
Yes.
So we have to emphasize that because it seemed like he makes it in Parliament as a suggestion that it should be implemented, and there are people running around the internet making that suggestion.
Even the Gleaner, I saw the headline, the Gleaner Olympic, where I saw the Gleaner run with it too. I saw it.
Yes, initially he made the recommendation in Parliament and then in the Oversight Committee. But the Gleaner is the one who publicized it.
But guys, you know where the Gleaner stand already, so we shouldn't be surprised. We shouldn't be surprised.
So that is saying, if it is only a suggestion, right? Then does it have to go back to the Parliament for it to now take effect? That is where I'm starting.
Yeah,
I'm starting
Parliament would have to review it
from the bottom.
No, but the committee would have to review it first.
Reach there, so yet.
Parliament.
Reach there.
No, that's wrong.
Reach a Parliament.
Yeah.
The idea was just presented. It has not been explored as yet.
In the Oversight Committee,
Cabinet would have to take that decision too.
But the Oversight Committee have to send it in HR for that process to start.
Lashika, what I'm saying, based on the fact that both entities have different missions and functions, and then this suggestion was made and it's kind of in the middle. For anything to take effect, does it now mean that everybody will just have to go back to the drawing board, reassess the current functions and mission, and come up with something new, whether it's a cross-section or completely new functions and missions?
That's what they're currently doing.
That's what the Oversight Committee is doing.
All right. So let me point something out. Please.
So the answer is yes.
Let me point something out.
So Molly, the answer is yes.
Thank you.
It's pure confusion. I can't hear it. Pure confusion.
Let me point something out, please.
People, one at a time, please. One at a time. We don't need everybody to answer. We know say well are we bright. So one at a time. Once we hear Mike, we can lead to the person. Okay? Yeah. It's not a competition.
Yeah, thanks. So ultimately the answer is yes. And the basis or the reason behind the suggestion itself is because of the reports that were released by the IC. Government would have recognized that the IC is underperforming and they are unable to meet their actual mandate, right? A part of their mandate is to review statutory deductions and make, specific recommendations based on their findings.
Right.
However, there are some statutory deductions that are being reviewed by the IC that can take and have been, declarations that are being reviewed by the IC that have been being dragged out for some over 4 or 5 years. And it's obvious based on their own words that they are incapable of completing the necessary investigations to be able to complete these reports. So the recommendation was made. However, that would have to go to a committee, of course, and then back to Parliament for review before that could be, any further suggestion could be made, whereas that is concerned. Because all of that would also involve possibly rewriting the IC, what's it called again? The bill that governs how the IC operates.
Are there bylaws?
The Act, yes.
Okay.
The IC Act and law, yes.
The only issue I have with that too, when he suggested the MPs though, and I even alluded to this because I said on Teachers Live, I say everywhere you turn Maka Dick joke you, because people would then perceive that as what is good for the goose is not necessarily good for the gander. So we're taking ourselves out of this. We're going over here, and the rest of the public officials and other people have to stay under the IC. So that is what I was asking. What would them obtain after the fact?
Molly, it'll go over to a body we can actually arrest them, You understand me? Because the IC can arrest them.
No, you're not understanding me.
Understand what you say.
He understands you, Miss Molly. It's just that you probably don't understand what
Make she finish. Make she complete the sentence. Make she complete.
What I'm saying is, just as you are saying prior, Uncles, that they can investigate anybody, right? If Matthew is saying that the MPs should be investigated by the FID, what people will perceive
Not
that is
investigated, certified. If you say
certified by the FID, right?
investigated,
Right,
you're
right,
kind of making it look like them
right,
already been
right.
accused of something. So he
But
suggested that they be.
Lashika, that is my point, because when I dissect the functions of the FID,
Lashika, don't stop her in her chat. Just write down the
right?
notes them because there's a lot of things we shall say.
Right,
Write down
if
the
you
notes
look at
them,
the
Lashika.
functions of the FID, because of the law enforcement functions, which are primary, it would appear, as me not have the inside information, as if a crime has been committed. They're going to do the investigative part of their function, right? But what I'm saying is, if Matthew is saying for the MPs, they would fall under the FID. What happened to the rest of the people? Would they then fall under the IC? So something would have to change in
All right.
terms of the laws where both entities are concerned. That is where
So,
I
Miss
start from the
Molly,
bottom. I'm not going to start in the middle. Because when I look
Miss
at it,
Molly,
both of them have two completely different missions.
Miss Molly, let me
So what happened to
attempt
the other people then?
to
You understand
let
me?
me
But it's
attempt
only
to
a
put.
suggestion. So
Oh,
let's see.
Miss Molly, let me attempt to put a little bit of clarity. And I think one
You
person
not
said
hear
it
me?
before, but are you hearing me? Miss Molly?
Yes, you not hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. I don't know if you are hearing me. All right.
Oh, I
So
wasn't.
let me put a little bit of clarity to what was stated earlier and in relation to the question that you just asked.
Mm-hmm.
I think the suggestion that Matthew is making, and someone said it earlier, I don't quite remember who said it, is that due to the fact that the IC currently reports to the MPs, the members who sit on the committee that give oversight to the IC are MPs.
Mm-hmm.
Then any reforms or suggestion that is made by those MPs may attract retribution from the IC.
Mm-hmm.
So what he's suggesting is that, listen me, so that there is independence, no MPs are directly connected to the IC in terms of the IC will not be reviewing the MPs in particular, right? But the IC would still report to the committee that the MPs give oversight to. It is best to just extricate them, separate them apart, separate them, because you can't be overseeing your own boss, as it were. You are not. It's like HR doing an appraisal on their own boss.
Okay.
That sounds like a messy situation.
Okay.
You understand? So what he's saying, what he's suggesting now is that, listen me, get somebody else to do the appraisal on the boss, and right, as opposed to HR, as it were. And I'm just using, no pun intended, right? Just using that, right? Now, having done that, in addition to that, you'll also have an independence, right, of investigation where
Joshua,
needed. And
but how would the people that are currently...
He said, hold up, Joshua, he said that he would, after the statutory declaration has been assessed by the FID, then it would therefore handed over to the IC, the Integrity Commission. So they would do the first level of required assessment because that's their day-to-day operation.
But in its current form, that not seem like it could have worked, though. That I doesn't mean. But
no, and that is why the suggestion is being made, Miss Molly, because in the current form, whatever legislative adjustment that needs to be made, and you asked the question earlier, and I heard I am the one responded. In its current form, remember, suggestions are usually put forward, and with a suggestion, let us use the controversial NARA that the PNP made controversial. NARA was proposed because of an existing issue. What was the issue? The devastation caused by a hurricane. You didn't just come and implement NARA. You first have to have the papers, and then it goes to the lower, then the upper house, and all of those things. And then having done that, then it goes to the
Pass and get
GC.
it in, yeah.
Right. So you start with the suggestion or a proposal, and then whatever legislative amendment that needs to be made is done afterwards. Right?
Okay.
All right. So
my question would be though, would it be that maybe we'll come out in the debates where the people who are who fall under, who would have to provide their statutory declarations to the IC.
Sorry,
the same rules would apply to them. Say if they would be moved under the FID, because listen, no, we're all Jamaicans. It is going to be perceived as being unfair, and that is why I use the colloquial term everywhere you turn Makajukyo, because if the MPs are under one body that they were previously under.
No, there's something that I need to say to you, and I think it is very important. Two things.
Go ahead.
One, there's already a MOU with IC and FID, so they already have something in place, right?
Right.
That needs to be established as well. Did you know that the IC members of the IC, they don't submit a statutory declaration?
Well, that part I did not know. No.
Right. So with that, this is why these changes are being proposed, because the IC needs to start submitting their statutory declaration as well. Right? They need to do that.
As a body or as individuals?
As individual, the members of the IC, they need to start submit their statutory declaration. Who will they be submitting it to?
Because they have not been audited.
They work for the government, you know. Yeah, they work for the government.
Right. And so who will they be submitting it to? To the same MP them, what them that is already their bosses, who will they be submitting it to? And that's what I'm saying. Remember now, Miss Hopewell, that the Auditor General is a part of the IC.
Yes.
So there's a lot of things.
Which shouldn't be.
Right.
Which
There's
should
a
not
lot
be.
of things happening which require some form of change. And the FID is there that does financial investigation. There's a memorandum of understanding in place already with the FID and the IC. So I think it is the best place for it to go. They can work something out because they're in that process of making the necessary changes.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
So Ms. Opal, just to strengthen Lashika's point, let me tell you why I believe it is critically important for these changes to be made also. I don't know if you were aware that a few months ago, perhaps about 2 years ago,
if 2 years ago, me not gonna know.
Right? A member of the IC, sorry about that, my brother was calling me. A member of the IC was held up and robbed $750,000 in cash.
Oh.
Now, the short version is that when he was interviewed by the officers, he said he cannot say.
Well, yeah,
sorry, I'm back with you. I am back with you. So when he was interviewed by the investigating officers, he said he cannot state who it was in a nutshell, right? No,
that held him up.
The member of the IC that was held up and robbed with $750,000 in cash. What? Okay. The question that I would ask, why aren't you able to say, why were you walking with cash? Who did the money come from? And what was the money intended for? Right? His own boss at the IC never interviewed him to say, hey, I need to know more about this matter. Right? Was it a collusion? Was it somebody who was handing over money to them to sway decisions? Right? And so there's a critical need.
Joshua also add that they refuse to speak to the police.
Right. They refuse to speak to the police. Now, with all of these things, it leaves unanswered questions. And in addition to that, this is where
you said this happened 2 years ago, because I'm going to
about approximately 2 years ago. What was the name of the person that was robbed? What was the name of the person who was robbed? Panel? Craig Beresford? I don't remember.
Ryan Beresford or something.
Just type in who from the
okay,
the
I will
IC
not leave
was
work.
right.
I'll look it up.
Right.
Yeah.
And all of these conundrums that surrounded it.
Joshua, at this
All
man,
of-
you say you're depend, teach, IC, file. Yeah,
man.
Mr. Impact, I was not in the Jamaican space watching TVJ 2 years ago, sir.
Right.
Joshua.
Ryan Evans. Was it Ryan Evans?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ryan
Yes.
Evans. Yes. Same.
Right. Now, another thing also, Molly, and that is why people claim that he is in the middle of the field, and you realize that he doesn't even have the correct information. The IC doesn't file any statutory declaration, sir. Right. In addition to that, right.
But my
and from the
question
other
to
night,
you is, I've heard, aren't they retired judges? So would they have an income? Why would they be required? If they're retired, right? Your income is supposed to be fixed, right? So why would it be required of them?
No.
Molly. It doesn't work like that. Once you are getting public money, hold on, sir. Once you're getting public money, any form of salary from the public,
okay,
you need to begin to that salary that you're getting, is it proportionate to your wealth?
Okay.
Right. So you need to
from them born from the mother open them first account, just like how them do the Prime Minister.
Yeah. In addition to that, Miss Molly, why is it that
So
the
hold on,
Auditor General,
stick up in, Joshua. So you're saying they're not currently audited, these individuals, right?
they're not currently audited.
So you
not audited. I'm talking the individuals, the statutory declarations,
right? But question to you based on that, in that line of argument, no, because they're not required to produce any kind of statutory declarations. Do you think that for any future members, it would become a deterrent for them wanting to be a part of the Integrity Commission? Because
Joshua, don't lose your train of thought. Remember that the issue was that they are not audited because the Auditor General is part of the IC team. Just to
you would remove the Auditor General and put her separately from them, and then have the remaining members provide that.
The auditing, the IC is different from submitting.
I'm just going based on what was just said in Alashika.
No. Hold on. Let me clarify what I stated.
Work separately already, you know.
Hold on. Let me clarify what I said, Molly, because I think you may not understand.
No,
there's a difference between
Olympic way just said.
Well, all right. Let me clarify.
Joshua, it's
because
Olympic
I started the discussion. All right. So
Joshua,
auditing. All right. I got you. I got you. So auditing the entity is different from the individual submitting their statutory declaration.
Okay.
The entity is, how do you operate as an entity? What are the steps that you take? Are you operating within the ambit of the law? Are you using the money that has been granted to you by government as an entity in accordance with what it was intended for? Right? Are you operating ethically? One former investigator at the IC wrote a strong letter in her departure to say that there were unethical practices at the IC. You can Google that. Right? Okay. The former director of prosecution also refused to charge the one person who PNP like to run with, because she said that there was nothing to charge him with, and they did not renew her contract at the IC because of it.
Who was that? Come here right the minute.
Prince Kamiko. Tell me our full name, guys.
I can't do it because I'm at work, so I'm not going to from work computer.
Yeah, man, but type it on your phone. I'm sure there's a section on it that has notes. Right? Prince Kamiko at the IC. She was the director of prosecution. They wanted to charge her. Now, another problem I have with the PNP's position on this matter, Molly, is they have a problem. They had a problem with even Dennis Chong's appointment at FID.
Right, I've
But
heard that
strange,
part.
right? But strangely enough, the best friend of Dayton Campbell is now the director of prosecution at the IC, and a former advisor to the former opposition leader Peter Phillips is now at the IC, and they don't have an issue with it.
Keisha Prince.
Joshua, he's no longer there, Joshua. He take up a judge position. He's no longer there.
Okay.
And Ryan Evans is the one that got robbed, and I think he left too, Joshua.
Okay. Right. So,
but Joshua, beg you.
One thing. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead, Chucky. Go ahead.
I've been on the floor all of this now. All of this goes back to an earlier question that was placed to Mali.
Yes.
Right. When the question was asked that when you do your research and you go and you sit on an opposing views live and you're armed with the information and you hear a misleading argument, if you then try to correct.
There are times when I will and there are times when I won't.
What's the response when you try to correct them?
They don't like it.
Yeah, like it.
Then beat you. Say it the right way. Then beat you.
Yes, and sometimes people can comment and I don't agree. Because me, I'm not one person. I've always been like this. That's how God made me. We can't help it.
I have an issue, Mali, right? Because you say you have 2 degrees and
I have 3 actually. Lashika said Lashika is 3.
That's even great.
3 3/4 actually.
So
Fine.
if you say you have a 3/4 degree, right?
Yeah, well, partial MBA there too, but continue.
And that's cool.
They say me love
Okay, cool. My issue is, I feel say you know better.
No, you cannot say that because
could
even
you
somebody
allow me to finish my the first time allow me to finish what I'm saying so you can understand.
No, I have
let
to
me finish so you can
myself.
understand. No, you can understand what I'm saying. You can't defend until we finish. Please allow me to finish the statement. You just asked a question regarding the principles of the IC and say if they wanna retire. Listen first now. If they not retire. Right? These are full-time employees to the government. You understand me? So I understand why you asked if them not retired.
Pause. Because when the argument going around here on this app is being put across, it is never stated after that they are also full-time employees. It is stated that they are retired judges and jurists. Anybody?
That work for the
anybody?
That work for the government. That work for the government.
No.
That work for the government. That means that you don't do no research then.
No,
I'm never problem with that.
No, Sona Punko, she's saying what the app people are saying. Ingram was saying.
Bridget, don't tell me what me hear, Bridget. Listen what me I say to you. I'm saying it should do research. You understand me? It would have shown that these are full-time employees of the government.
But what you have done, no, but you're
not. That's my issue.
No,
so, but you listen to a late, but you keep saying you're a journalist, so you have 5 degrees. Do your proper research.
I don't have to keep. I have the papers to prove, sir. But what I'm saying is, for me, the fact that I asked the questions that you think are not relevant, it is quite relevant because now the fact has been added to what has been put across.
Me never have to ask a question for those that are full-time employees to the government.
Jesus, whatever. I can't bother.
That's why I'm not correct people. But them head up a whole in Mali. Them head up a whole in. Virgin, just allow me, Virgin. Them head up a whole institution. How them for be? Me not understand what other status they could have. You think about it. They head up a whole investigative institution.
They do
what
not have
other
to be
status they could have? No. Take away what them past job is. I'm saying this is what they head up. What other status they could have had?
Punkos, the question is, Mali, did you think that they were volunteering in these positions and not being paid?
I thought they were not being paid, yes.
Okay.
And that is the argument that has been put across. So that's why I'm saying when I hear certain things, I go and research.
Hold on. Sorry to cut you off, Miss Mali.
Yes.
So you have not looked at their financial or their yearly report?
No, I'm not reached that so yet. So that's why people assume they know everything. I don't.
Listen, You have not looked at any of the yearly report and sister them eat big lunch?
No.
$9 million what?
No, I
$2
have
million.
no.
$2 million truck.
I
$2
have
million worth of lunch.
me not reach
But
this.
$9 million worth of lunch.
So what? By the way,
budget.
let me start over. Condolences for your loss, yeah.
Miss Molly.
Yes.
Yeah. So what I think Punkusa asked is, how could you venture so far into the space without doing them simple checks there? Like no,
venture far. Just come back.
Hold on, sister. Hold on, man. What I must say is, for a scholar to not do the basic
Hold on,
research.
Mr. Term. Hold on, Mr.
Listen, you cut off everybody. Are you listening to me? I try explain to you.
Because there are
I'm trying
24
to.
hours in a day.
No, listen, I say, man.
I'm
Listen, I
still
say,
at work, so I don't have time to talk.
Sister, just listen, I say, no. Listen, I say, please, because I think it takes less time to find out some of these things, basic things where you ask than to sit down on ball platform and make solidify idiot statements or verbiage in my forward.
You can't say that because there are things that might perk my interest that cause me to go look that I don't know. You can't say that.
That's what I'm saying. To be it come like say me know how to do something so advanced, but me don't know the basic of the world. Me don't know the structure.
Okay, let me say this then. Well, I won't allow anybody to discredit my education, and I am not going to lie to pretend that I know things of national interest. No, because you are doing it. You're doing it. You're saying, oh, because I have how many degrees, I should know these things. You cannot do that.
No, I'm sure in your studies, you would do like basic check on things before.
And you start at the bottom, and that's what I have done.
But you know, start at the bottom. I'll know you reach right now. The bottom of call for you right now, and I say, come down here, so. Right now. The punku to the point out here say you think say people them not get paid. It not sound good.
But if you're gonna start researching any entity, you're going to look at their mission statements, their function. So what is the bottom? The people in my work there? What?
Sister, you're speaking. You're we advance in the IC, and you don't know if the man over there get paid. That don't make no sense, sister. And all I'm saying is, me think say, and because you sound very, very educated. Which way I learn from your sister?
No, you can't learn from me. Everybody have to take learning for their own.
Listen, sister. Me listen to you. Me listen to you right through. Right now, you're not Jordan. You're an educated woman. And me think say, stop. Me think say, you take with the idiot.
You know.
You notice me deal different from Jordan because me
take with the idiot. What is the point of taking?
Let me just finish.
What nonsense this?
You take with a big head bud then. Let me take with the idiot. You take with a big head bud.
Okay.
Because what you're doing is, you're an educated person with 3.5 degrees.
Which I work. I'm actually working on a presentation now, so I don't have time to look up.
Jesus Christ, you can't talk.
And we so welcome.
Listen,
you know what we're looking for in this space, sister? In all that space that we're here right now?
Robots.
We are looking for people like you with do the research and can come share it with the, because remember I say majority of people in the military, sister. And you know the thing will get under my skin when educated people exploit illiteracy.
Me, so are you alluding to the fact that this is what I am doing?
Me allude to that, yes. Me allude to that.
Well, you can allude to whatever you want to allude to.
I'm not saying that.
I kind of think it's very quite
sister,
that you are taking that.
What I'm saying to you is, sister, listen, sister, what I'm saying to you is, sister, me think say, unlike Jordan, where smoke up him weed and he just attack a bag of foods and a cost government to get them attention, me think say, you are take with a big head bud, and when me hear at first me just question it, me I skip around and me I try to figure out what you were asking, and then you clarify. But then you say to Punko, say, you know, then people I get paid, and me I say, then why wouldn't you look at their yearly report.
Because
Why would
I'm
you
not
start there?
there. So what you want me to do?
So all you
That's
reach,
what
all
I
you reach,
realize
all you
over
reach,
here.
all you reach in a
Whether it's
separation.
on this
All
side
you
or
reach
the
in a,
other
all you
side.
reach, all you reach all the way down to talk about IC and FID and sit down and know say basic thing about the
What?
people.
I said the functions and the missions. Chuck, isn't that what I said? Who go say what me
So
say?
Mali, you think say the government are gonna hand over $2.6 billion annually to some part-time worker?
Funkos, stop. She don't know that. Stop. Funkos. She no know that.
Actually, me not have no degree. Me can't read either. And you
Funkos.
don't tell me the first time I come by.
Funkos.
So let's
Listen.
go
Stop
to.
wasting the time. Miss Molvina, if I'm
It's
correct.
so typical. How do I know that the
You
conversation
do
would have
not
turned
know
to this?
any.
This is how you guys always behave. Always.
But it's the third time I talk to you and you lack whole heap of info. Vegas, the third time I talk to Vegas and she lack basic information.
Yeah.
Actually, the first time I came on here, when I came on the platform, I was told that I could not read. So it is not.
Stop.
It is
What you're
no.
doing
Don't tell
is-
me to stop because
what
it
you're
is
doing is
not.
you're acting
No.
victim. That's
No,
what you're
because that
doing.
is how you guys behave. You
acting
do not.
victim.
You guys do not engage in any conversation that
It's
is
not an
productive.
engagement.
You
You're not an,
seek
this is not an
to
engagement.
flip the script and then attack the person.
You're playing naive, and you're playing
And I realize
TikTok or
too that
whatever you
some of you
play.
men are
Trick
quite
me.
misogynistic
Stop it.
and
Yeah.
attack women.
Victim.
I'm not playing victim. I'm far from a victim. Quite misogynistic. I didn't expect
Mali,
it.
all right, you know, so the IC is a government entity, right?
No,
You know that,
I
right?
can't read.
You stay up a ball on them too long. Yes, when you don't dance people too long, then we lick your chip.
No, but
stop go over ball on them platform and turn an idiot.
It a blow my mind. Honestly, if you say the setup of it is a government entity that do investigation into the public bodies and public sector workers and civil servants, and them have a huge budget. And I'm saying, you thought that they weren't being paid for all of that work they want to do?
Listen, I don't allow people to feed me information. I like to read with my eyes, and if I'm getting to the information, right? I'm just getting to it. But you know what? I did not expect the conversation to end with pleasantries.
No, we're not this way, no. We're not this way. We have Mali, we have high expectation. Well, we can't tell that. We have high expectation. Mali, stop cutting me off, no man. I'm saying that we have high expectations of you. But I will listen to you. Well, Mali, listen to Mali. It's if I never like you, we'd have fling for this long time, and the language would be a lot different. I am saying, Mali, Jesus Christ, Mali. Again, you play victim again. I'm saying to you, right? No, okay, fine, cool. You're not being a victim. There's the gamut of work that the IC have to do in investigating one counselor. You understand me? One. I know a counselor where I have must about 7-8 businesses. One, you know. Just imagine them have to investigate all of the counselor them, all of the senator them. You know which council Jamaica have?
No, I don't.
Hundreds. And honestly, them not get paid
from this conversation.
The IC not get
paid.
paid.
The attacks. So that's when people. So when people start talking about it, correct people. That is why I'm not correct people. Me keep the information to myself and put it in my store basket.
No, but Mali, I myself was asking you why you don't correct them, and as you say, them attack you. But I don't think you come off to them like how you come off to we just now for saying we are expecting better from you.
Expect better from you, Lashika. Expect better from
put up Jordan Craskill up here.
I did.
You look like a chop do it.
Expect better from me for what though, Lashika? I am just a person, right? So there are some things in this space
but you have
that
people who depend on you, Mali, to lead them. To lead them. This is what TikTok is about.
No, sir.
People depend on you for information. People will hear me on a live and many others and just say, you know what? I believe in what this lady is saying. I'm gonna listen to the live. Just like that. Chuck is a perfect example. Anyway, me say Chuck, me got each up there. Sometimes because him out and say come guy yard or whatever. So you have people who are really depending on you. I should not say anything. Okay. There are people who are really depending on you to make sure that the correct information is out there. This is what social media is about.
But I understand, Lashika, but what I'm saying is...
Hold on, babes. Hold on. And to where and fourth term was so right. Our people are so